And we are here for the PS4 Tournaments Open Series. This is going to be the North American side of the Soulcalibur 6 monthly finals for November. So, you guys may have noticed something a little bit different. This person next to me is not KP. This is Vicious.
What do you mean? I just took off the luscious head of hair. We still have the similar mustache going on, right? I added some of that hair to the bottom of my chin. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. I mean, the mustache is the same. Everything's going on. But yeah, no, but for real though, guys. Vicious has been here, tearing it up, doing an excellent job. Thank you so much for joining us. And he was even here earlier today. And I mentioned that because I want to talk about what happened earlier today. We got our winning moment. The grand finals was a one that we're a little bit used to at this point. It's going to be Rufus, Rio Verde versus Kyiv.
And a very impressive one at that. I mean, he went undefeated the entirety of the bracket and finishing off very strong, as dominant as ever with that 3-1 performance. And you see exactly how it went down. Look at the life lead and straight up 3 rounds straight into that critical edge finisher. Again, there's a reason why we have dubbed him the king.
Well, he's going to remain the king with that 2-peat victory right there. You guys can see the previous monthly winners, but we're talking about North America this time. So, one thing that's very, very interesting for North America this time is you see those previous monthly winners right there. None of them are present. Not Decree, not Crywolf, right? So this time we are going to be getting a completely new champion no matter what.
The only repeat that we have seen, we saw in the parentheses who Crywolf has taken down, one of them being Mindwolf, who's actually present in the upper bracket as we see the top 8. Tale of 9 going up against Seymour, 1657, Infidelity versus Thunderwolf TG, Kronvic versus Yoshimitsu Six, Tuan going up against Mindwolf. And again, as Ebonic Plague mentioned, we're going to have ourselves a brand new champion as this is an all-new top 8.
Yeah, so looking at the names right there, normally I would sit down and I would tell you Yoshimitsu Six is the name to look at, except for one particular fact. Infidelity is also in this bracket, and the reason why Infidelity is one of the people who, that we should be looking at specifically in this bracket is that not only have they done well in previous online events, but one thing that happened in the qualifiers for the Open Series for them to get to this monthly finals is they went undefeated. And not only did they go undefeated, they had to defeat most of the people in this top 8 to do exactly that. So, I mean, they've already proven that they're capable, fully ready to be able to defeat those opponents, and maybe even with emphatic pressure as well.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a lot of pressure on the line without a doubt, because in these monthly finals there's so much on the line. About $1,000 to give out, with first place taking home $400, second place with $300. Sorry, why did I say $300,000? Third place with
we're balling out of control here.
You don't want to be the champion, right? I'm just kidding. Third place with $200, fourth place with $100, and again, free of charge to enter. All you got to do is go over to compete.playstation.com. You see it down below. Again, free to enter to really test out your skill and try to fight amongst the best in the North American scene. Again, $1,000 on the line, free to enter. I don't think you need to do any more math than that. It seems like a good deal.
Yeah, and just to give you guys a quick reminder about these events, you do have to qualify for the monthly events to get on the stream here. By doing so, you have to win or place well in one of the weekly events. So you guys can check on the rulings of how you qualify and stuff like that over at compete.playstation.com. They'll be able to tell you a little bit better than I will for sure. But yeah, so while we're waiting for everything going on, you guys can do that. But let's talk about something that's been going on with Soulcalibur as of recent, because last night there was a patch. It was very, very recent, and this changed up the game just a little bit right now. We obviously also adding a DLC character, but I got to talk about these notable changes to the game system mechanics, and one being the adjustment to vertical attack tracking. We saw in the EU, this change actually mattered quite a bit. If you're unfamiliar with the Soulcalibur, vertical attack tracking is where sometimes the vertical attacks would retract despite the fact that you thought you would normally dodge it, right? Vertical attacks in Soulcalibur can be sidestepped. So in this patch, they sought out to weaken that, and they made it so that they're much more steppable. And from what we saw in the EU bracket, That very much is the case. They stepped almost everything I've ever seen. Normally hit somebody trying to step in the pre-patch. So we're probably gonna see a lot more of that in North America coming up. Next, and not as important as the vertical attack tracking is gonna be that most characters, when they were in Soul Charge, they did more damage on average than usual, right? They still do more damage on average than usual, but it's gonna be less than they did pre-patch. So you don't have to worry about your life bar getting obliterated and all of that stuff. And then for those of the characters with the command grabs, they're going to have less advantage if you break the grab. Before, it was like you were right next to the opponent. Even if you broke the grab, you got them off. But they were still at advantage and still able to act before you were. Now, that's going to be not as prevalent. They're still able to act before you are, but you're going to be much further away from them, and they're not going to have as much advantage in terms of the frames.
And I'm glad you mentioned that change, right, with the vertical attacks. You've seen a lot of that in the EU, being able to sidestep it a lot, but the consistency of these players did not change, right? Still, Rufus making the proper adjustments against his opponents. Even everybody else, right? We're just seeing a lot of movement, but it still ended up being, like, within the top 3, the same kind of names we saw from the previous monthly finals, right? We had Kiev up there. We had, I believe, Skyzo within the top 4. Rufus taking it down, and then even a newcomer into the monthly finals, but definitely no stranger to the Soulcalibur scene through ways of Gilu, right? I was gonna say, yeah, I had to say the right name, Gilu. I had to put some respect on his name. You have to, because that man played his heart out, and honestly, it was super exciting. But not to take away from the NA qualifier, NA finals today. There's so much more to look forward to. Again, very excited to see all of these new faces. Again, the only person we've seen that is, I guess, repeat into this bracket would be like Mindwolf, Kronvic, and a bit of Yoshimitsu Six, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've seen him at least once within like one of the finals, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe Yoshimitsu Six made his debut in these finals in the very last month, if I remember correctly. But okay. Prior to that, he's definitely been in before that, because the first time I remember seeing Yoshimitsu Six was here on the broadcast for PS4 Open Tournament Series, and then he went to play in a NLBC, which is one of the more prominent East Coast North American weekly events for Soulcalibur, and he tore it up over there, and then back over here in the Open Series as usual, kind of the home turf, I guess you could say, for Yoshimitsu Six.
So without a doubt, it's going to be pretty exciting. Again, we're going to crown a brand new champion for this month's finals. But to start things off, we have Tale of Nine going up against Seymour. Tale of Nine, we were looking into it a little bit. We've seen a little bit of Siegfried and Hilda for the most part, but it's safe to assume that Siegfried just might be the character of choice, but who knows? It could go either way, as Seymour is going to be rocking that Voldo. Voldo is 100% nightmare fuel for me, and always has been since the inception of Soulcalibur, Soul Edge, if you will.
Everybody's got something different to say about Voldo, but no matter what, the thing that always remains the same is that this character is an enigma for most people, right? That's how they feel about Voldo.
I know you guys have said before, like, he's the kind of character that kind of bends the rules of Soulcalibur, no?
In a way, I guess you could say, only in the fact that, like, a lot of people really don't know what this character is doing. He bends the rules in the fact that he can be both front turn and back turn, and that counts as the same state in a sense, right? Whereas most characters, if they're back turned, their back turn is a very specific mode for that character normally. Normally they have access to a move that would immediately turn them back around, or it'd be something like that, right? Whereas with Voldo, him being back turned is just another stance, basically. It's similar to, like, how Maxi might have, like, lower behind with his nunchucks, or how Siegfried might have chief hold or something like that, if you guys are familiar with the Soulcalibur stances. But if you're not, you're definitely going to get an idea of that here in the next match, because we do believe Tale of Nine probably going to have Siegfried on deck if he doesn't go for the Hilda. Tale of Nine is, I think, the best player in Florida, to my knowledge, at the moment. I'm not 100% sure if that was the case prior to the quarantine and all that. So that, things may change eventually. But right now, Tale of Nine, from what I've been able to remember, has been just tearing it up over there for sure.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things we saw from the survey in regards to who are the characters that you kind of like fear the most, or like in terms of matchup, the response was I believe it was like anyone who's not Unga. It's essentially his favorite matchup. So that's going to be kind of interesting as, you know, Voldo, I'm not sure how Unga he can be, but the different kind of stances that he's put in can be a little bit cumbersome, to say the least. So we're going to see how that plays out. We're going to take a look at Siegfried in a closer, in-depth look. Definitely not Nightmare. That's for sure. That's the biggest take.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
I feel like they have a similar weapon. That, I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I could be wrong.
Night and day. Who knows?
But for real, a moment ago we did talk about the possible stances, and because of those stances, he gets access to several different mix-up types. And with the patch that mostly changed characters, I want to say for the better. You know, obviously it's still very early, so I could be wrong about that. You know, maybe down the line we'll find out. It's maybe not the case, but for now, he has more options to be able to ensure that his stance transitions in the middle of combos are more fruitful for him, which is not something he had pre-patch. He has a unique mechanic called Dark Legacy, which is something that either only happens when he gets 12 stacks of Dark Legacy, or he gets put down to 30% life. Whichever one comes first, really, or they both can happen in a single match, depending on how good the Siegfried player is. Just throwing that out there. So be ready if that happens. But yeah, that causes incredible comeback potential because he can just melt life bars in Dark Legacy. He gets access to several lethal hits that he didn't have prior. He gets access to new moves. Current moves get powered up, etc.
So it kind of sounds a little similar in terms of the damage output he can potentially get, but I'm also looking at the weakness down below. Speedy characters that can stop his mix-ups.
Yeah, so it's like characters that can be speedy enough to stop the stance transition, right? So he's doing like whatever guard string to you, you know, you're blocking, and then he switches to a new stance, and then you try to challenge him. If you're not fast enough, you might just get counter hit by whatever stance transition might be, or you know, if you're fast enough, you can kind of blow up all of his options.
Now, on the offhand, we don't have quite the graphic for Voldo, but I guess from what I've seen, I haven't been able to dissect Voldo like at all because he freaks me out a little bit. But tell me about the matchup going into it. We got Siegfried versus Voldo in terms of Tale of Nine going up against Seymour. Now, Voldo, what can we expect going into this particular matchup?
You know, normally this is a character that has quite a bit of trouble with those odd ranges that Siegfried is usually pretty good at, I would say. You know, one of the big things that I feel like is going to be very strong for I'm sorry, just close your eyes. I'm
trying to.
One of the things that I feel like is going to be very, very strong for Tale of Nine in particular is going to be the AGA, which is, you know, the big baseball swing that you guys may have seen earlier that Keeve was doing with Nightmare. That if that move if Voldo is standing, he is pretty much susceptible to that move from far range, right? And Voldo can't really do a whole lot to deal with it from that distance. However, Voldo does also have a Mantis Crawl stance where he is too low for that move to connect.
Right.
So it's really a matter of when will Seymour be able to figure out the proper timings to switch the stance for things to be good.
And we see just how mobile Voldo can actually be in different stances or different... Oh my gosh! The bridge! He's connecting the bridge! Yeah, that freaks me out, man. I do appreciate his haircut, though. So again, already on the back foot is Seymour.
Well, I mean, yeah, especially at the wall. Okay, yeah, a lot of people would try to expect to tech the forward throw there on the flapjack, but when that's the mix-up opportunity, most people start to go to back throw because they're like, oh yeah, I know you don't want to get rung out, so I'm just going to do anything. Earlier, we talked a little bit about it. When you have low health, the entire move list becomes a mix-up. Great step. Is that a ring out?
Oh, not quite. What is going on? Okay. Nani? What?
The CE caught a stance transition, yeah. So Tale of Nine was actually going for stance transition, and Seymour ended up, catching him with the CE. When Voldo is back turned, his critical edge actually is faster. It's a 12 range. But there's the mix-up right there, and there's that Mantis Crawl.
He's just trying to make sure Siegfried matches the haircut. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to aim for the head to get rid of all that luscious hair, while also taking him around. I think so. I think he's jealous. Despite not being able to see his opponents, he just knows that there's wavy hair in front of him. We detect it. For some sort of reason, we just happen to detect it. All right. A good amount of damage off of that.
Yeah, but that damage can change. There's that Dark Legacy right there. Soul Charge is forced to be activated here for Seymour as he recognized that he was in kind of a precarious situation on that knockdown.
And look at him just running towards me. Tale of 9 100% ready for it.
I don't know if I've ever seen that move used to catch somebody out of the air. I don't think it was intentional, but I'm very surprised it did work.
Hey, we'll take it. 100% we'll take it. Tale of 9 feeling pretty good about that one.
With the money on the line, I would take it too.
Big GI making not really much out of it though. Getting the soul charge, get off me. Still in that back stance, trying to turn his way around slowly but surely.
Big damage off the whip punish there. And oh wow, because the throw didn't end up getting punished, he's actually going to get a good amount of damage on that. Life totals are still a little close, but yeah, Seymour is on the back foot in terms of spacing.
Ooh.
Oh! Oh, Dark Legacy Bubble, huge damage on that. He's block on the low, but no, dies afterwards. Yeah, when Siegfried has the sword behind his back, it's real hard to contest the first attack he can do after it if he decides to pick the kick option, because it's one of the fastest buttons he has in his entire repertoire, and because of whatever you blocked beforehand, he's usually at advantage for it. So you kind of have to block that and then take your turn after you block that.
I see. And that's pretty much a threat. That's if he commits to the kick, right?
Yep, that's only if he commits to the kick. So, like, you could be expecting the kick and try to block, and then he hits you with some other mix-up because of it instead.
I see. That's pretty funky, but I love to see it. Already off to a great start. Tale of 9 getting the first game over Seymour. We'll see how it plays out for the rest of the series. Again, Voldo, I barely get to see, but when I do, it's still the same effect, and I'm glad he's at least consistent in that way. But I got to ask you, what are some of the things that are kind of lacking for Seymour right now?
Realistically, it has been a huge. Okay, I was going to mention that his offensive pressure was not really working out, and then well, yeah, it seems to do pretty well. But the mix-up from Siegfried always makes
oh
it
my god!
And
all of that.
He's got one more mix-up and he could die. Oh, I think that was an input error on the unblockable there. I do not think he meant to do that.
One sequence, like a sequence and a half against the wall. You see how much he's bleeding. This guy is definitely not. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Nightmare Fuel, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's Voldo for you, but yeah, Soul Charge activation. He recognized that the offense was just a bit strong right now. But okay, yeah, this is all plus frames up against the wall. It used all of the Soul Charge, and he really didn't get a whole lot off of it. I'm not entirely sure if that Soul Charge was well worth it, but regardless, he gets the mix-up now.
Oh. Chasing him down. He smells the fear. You can honestly tell Seymour was just trying to back out of harm's way and reassess the situation, but Tale of 9 was not letting him have any sort of breathing room and followed suit with that second round.
Voldo's got about 4 new moves in this patch, and I just haven't seen them used, and I think it's because they're just not for these particular purposes. Oh, what a whip on it!
Jesus.
So this CE, it also gives him stacks of that Dark Legacy buff, right? So when you're on the 3rd round against Siegfried, there is a good chance that your opponent is looking to hit you with the CE if they're Siegfried.
Oh. And it looked like a clean start, or actually almost a clean finish for this particular game as Tales of 9. Okay, well, the perfect stop there. Yeah, do the worm on him.
Yeah, Landfish, do the worm. Okay, we're back in Mantis, and his feet is forward, so he's got to watch the mix-up potential here. But there it is, Dark Legacy. He's going to get a little bit of damage on that, but not kill. One more chance, and it's the low.
Unnecessary roughness afterward. I do have to appreciate the fact that Tale of 9 goes for the stomps almost each and every round afterwards. That's pretty cool. But for the most part, yeah, Seymour has not been able to get his offense started. There was only one round in that particular game where he was all offensive and could not close the round out. And when you give a character like Siegfried a chance, best believe they're going to explode. And that's exactly what happened. 3 rounds straight for Tale of 9, giving him game 2.
Yeah, quite literally exploded that Dark Legacy bubble. He just yells and it just
What is this color scheme? What is this color scheme? That is sick.
This is definitely the Florida person type costume as far as I'm concerned. If any person from any state would have done a color scheme like this, it's definitely somebody from Florida.
That's pretty cool. I mean, like, I don't even know what kind of print that is. That's like a semi like floral print kind of thing. I do appreciate that. Nice. The color scheme, it's a little funky, but you know what? I can rock with it. I can definitely rock with it.
It's Pepsi Man.
Right? Oh, it really is actually.
But okay, for real though. Yeah, so I mean, not only so earlier in that last match, we saw the offensive opportunities being a lot easier for Seymour, but the problem is the defense was the hardest part. I know Siegfried has definitely gotten buffs to everything in this patch, but I just wonder if the game plan is there versus Siegfried specifically in Seymour's mind. It seems like he doesn't know how to play around Dark Legacy specifically. But not gonna matter this game.
All right, on the board is Seymour. I'm taking a look at his defense, right? I'm taking a look at what he has to do against Siegfried. There hasn't been too much movement. He's opting to just sit there and guard for the most part and wait for his opportunity to strike, just like that right here. And again, this is where he gets his offense going, but great interruption there from Taylor9.
Yeah, that was a super strong interruption. That shows that he's played at least one Voldo in his life, which is pretty rare, because again, nobody knows what this character's doing most of the time.
You have the Soul Charge activation, but Seymour not afraid of it at all. Jeez, he's on all fours, but the other way.
Which way is he gonna go? Is he gonna go for the hump? Is he gonna go for the low? It depends, you know. Okay, Soul Charge, I like that decision. Doesn't want to have to deal with the mix-up that the break attack would present afterwards. So Soul Charges and then just backs off. I've got the life total. Oh, but the low? And then again, the same one.
The low, pump fake into the low, the ankles are definitely broken. Even the wrists, I feel like.
Yeah, well, in fighting game, they're wrist breakers, remember?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Oh.
Ooh, goes for the breakdance again. Oh, there's that lethal hit that is not available unless you are in Dark Legacy. Same with that one. Yeah, Soul Charge, I don't want to deal with the mix-up anymore. Please stop.
Ooh.
Oh, he hit him out of the bubble. Jack, and then that's, I believe, guaranteed. Yeah.
Now, is that fair? Is that fair?
It's always fair in Soulcalibur.
That's okay. Well, I'll take that. That answer suffices. You know, I'm totally cool with that.
He brought short claws to a giant sword fight. I feel like that's probably his fault. Oh,
he's
big lethal hit right there.
He's the tailor of the cast. He's trying to redo this outfit. That's what that is.
He definitely needs somebody to redo his outfit right now because he lost it.
Oh no.
Oh, you already? Yeah, he was looking for a Soul Charge activation. That's what you saw, the resist impact, because it would hit. But yeah, I love the sidestep right there. That's one of the best ways to deal with the Mantis Crawl Rush, is by just sidestepping, right? Because it is technically a vertical, despite it being that fast, right? And with the vertical changes recently, it's probably a lot easier to step that move now.
Yeah, I'd have to wonder why, you know, like if Seymour were to plan on initiating his offense based off of that, like what would have followed through afterwards if Taylor9 would have blocked it, but we didn't get to see that as much because, again, from that far out, Taylor9 was just like, you know what, I'm just going to continue stepping on the way, and hopefully it misses, and you know what, it paid off beautifully. So Taylor9 getting it another W on the board against Seymour.
Yeah, so that is going to be 3-0 right there.
It's actually very...
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So because of that color, looks like we're gonna have an admin check on the match. I guess it's against the rules for the custom costume and things like that.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta make sure you gotta go for the presets, like I think it's 4 costume presets, right?
Yeah. I was so enamored by the different set of colors that I'd completely forgotten about that rule. But yeah, so we're just gonna wait and see on what they think about that. But to be honest with you, Taylor9 pretty much had Seymour's numbers from what I could tell. It wasn't even just the match at the very end there, right? Like, it was even before Mantis Crawl started becoming a factor. He just recognized exactly what your defensive habits were, and he was getting all those stance mix-ups. You saw like 3 lethal hits in a row from Tail9. And a lot of the time when you're a Siegfried player, there'll be like, you'll do a big hit combo, like you'll get that lethal hit, and then you'll drop the combo, like you'll purposely reset it into another one of his Dark Legacy lethal hits.
And that's pretty much like the name of the game for Taylor9, right? Just going for those resets and getting a lot of stray hits that are dealing a ton of damage, or at least opening up to a brand new combo. So that's been very consistent for Taylor9. We are going to get the run back using the default. Seymour was not a fan Voldo was not a fan of the previous color scheme, and I don't blame him, to be honest with you.
I mean, hey, it could, it honestly could be harder to see, because, like, if those colors had some colorblind, like, specific colors, from what I could tell. So, I mean, maybe, you know, who knows, maybe Seymour's, like, colorblind, and that was, like, kind of an issue. Mm-hmm. Regardless, it is against the rules to use the custom costume, so no matter what the situation, that was definitely not the what Tail of 9 should have gone for there.
Right. But the way things are going right now, Tail of 9 is still up 2-0 against Seymour. They are winning it back.
I think because of the ruling,
2-1.
Because of the ruling, they gave Seymour that game.
Right. Yeah, we're on the board. We'll take those. 100%.
Hey, I mean, it could change the outcome. Oh, and that was such a smart decision right there. Yeah, so he saw the reversal edge, and he was like, okay, you're going to want to immediately initiate this, because if you don't, I'm just going to step it. So I'm gonna hit you before it comes out.
Oh. I rarely get to see GIs in that stance. It's so funky.
It can be hard to connect with when somebody knows how to fight against Voldo, for sure. But when it does, it can actually be pretty damaging, pretty detrimental for the person fighting Voldo.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Okay. With the back
against
the wall.
Pressure. Oh! That's the stop sign if I've ever seen one.
It's funny because, like, he has his sword behind his back and he's like, come at me, but that's definitely going to be like, no, it's not your turn. I still have a follow-up.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why his stances are so tricky, but the lethal hit's going to hit tracking vertical, okay?
Oh, he's using the back of his head for the GI. A lot of straight hits coming from the side of Seymour. Looking to finish it out. One more sequence could be enough to get the second round. Get off of me.
Dodge, but unfortunately for him, the Dark Legacy bubble was still there, and nice punish on that into the lethal hit. He's not gonna have that lethal hit for next game now that he's used it, or excuse me, next round. But at the very least, hey, you take those rounds, right? Oh, Mantis Crawl lethal hit.
An amazing amount of damage so far. Soul charge back off of me. Let's go back to neutral.
I always like to pretend that and tell people that Mantis Crawl lethal hit is you know, a bug, because
what?
You know, I swear I blocked it. I swear. No, I wasn't pressing buttons. No, I swear.
Well, he definitely pressed a ton of buttons into that. That was a perfect, if I'm not mistaken. I couldn't tell if it was or not, but there was definitely a full bar, and it was definitely dark blue. So that was pretty impressive for Seymour, bringing it back, tying it up. Who would have thought that the the costume change is what's giving Seymour life right now?
Yeah, it's definitely coming back to haunt Tail of 9 right now. And, you know, just as I erroneously said that this was somebody who's got Seymour's number, it's completely 180 at this point. Seymour looked so strong that match, and it definitely didn't seem like an issue of what happened previously, where he was just not defending properly. He just felt on the ball about just about everything. I think one of the big things, though, was the movement from Seymour, right? Like, he was staying away from what Tail of 9 was normally catching him with. Like, right here, see? He's staying right outside of the range of most things. I think right there, that was probably supposed to be an AGA from Tail of 9, but probably messed up the input.
And again, it's a whole different story once Siegfried gets in your face, but I immediately digress. I gotta say, you know, Seymour bringing it to him, but still, yeah, flapjack over. Another
again, and it's always been the back throw. But let's break attack this time, and then immediately the low. He tried to GI the resulting mix-up, but the low was so much slower than the GI activation.
And we've seen the kind of offensive prowess that Seymour does possess, right, when it comes to close quarters combat. But for the most part, it's like when he loses his turn, he kind of falters a little bit on defense. And Tail of 9 has just been taking full advantage of that, as you see right now, with a huge life lead. Just trying to find another opening.
Oh, man, might not be able to have time to find it, as he didn't get up directly after getting knocked down. New York CPR.
What? I like that.
We call the stomps New York CPR.
That's pretty beast. I do appreciate that.
There are shirts.
I'm learning so much about this community. This is great.
I'll talk about that later.
Okay, you got it.
Getting the soul charge rush, yeah. Normally that A side B is kind of just it after things are done with Siegfried, but in soul charge he gets a full screen break attack rush. Well, maybe not full screen, but it goes pretty far.
Oh.
First sledge. Nice, using the hump to be able to get away from it.
Kick catching him by surprise. A big amount of stun here. Or excuse me, about amount of damage off the stun, I should say. He's chilling. He's waiting for it. Just sitting there contemplating the guard. He hasn't been moving much, and he gets caught moving forward as soon as he does. Tail of 9 swings down on him.
I'm sorry, he just face jammed him. That was a serious dunk. Did you see how high he bounced?
He stretched his arm out from half court and just dunked it on him. One Space Jam 2. Oh, you got it. You got it right now. Tail of 9 taking it down with the repeats. Going 4 and 2. I'm kidding. 3 and 2 officially. Official score.
Yeah,
there
3 and 2
from Tail of 9.
So yeah, I mean, hey, it just goes to show. Make sure to read the tournament rules before you start in all these things, because those are incredibly important. You know, there's no top player privilege, right? So you have to make sure that you know, everybody, if anyone breaks the rules, even the minuscule one, they get the same punishment, so that, you know, nobody breaks the rules at all.
It was so close to being a very harsh lesson learned, but, you know, luckily enough, Tail of 9 took it down over Seymour in what seemed to be pretty close. The closest set we've had, other than what happened in EU in the grand finals, or at least the losers finals.
Losers finals, right?
Losers finals, excuse me.
3-2? Yeah.
Yeah.
We may see more close sets, possibly. So there are a couple of names here in this NA bracket that are a little new to myself. They might not be new to some other people watching, but unfortunately, I'm just not going to lie about it. There's some people I just straight up don't know, and that's going to be one of the players coming up in the next match. Not Infidelity, but Thunderwolf. Thunderwolf is unfortunately a name I am not terribly familiar with, and I'm super sorry if anybody's in the chat like, oh, bro, you don't even know about Thunderwolf? Are you serious? That's my man's.
That's the best part, to at Ebonic Plague and be like, hey, I have all the info on said player. And that's the best part about the community, too, is if you know said player, you could always just hit us up and let us know more about it, because you never know between these two who's going to move on. We've seen Thunderwolf actually take down a handful of names in his open qualifier. In fact, we preface this by saying he was undefeated in his ways of qualifying.
Yes, yeah, that's right. And not only was he undefeated, but he was undefeated against multiple people within this bracket. That bracket had Kronvic, Mindwolf, and Yoshimitsu Six, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's he's already proven once, kind of deal. As
I get ready to put myself in the away mode in the lobby, I will say that again, Infidelity rocking the Maxi is to be expected. As to who Thunderwolf is playing, that's going to be the question of the day, and we get to see what he's all about and exactly how he got to this position in top 8. In the meantime, you guys have also seen who was in the other side of the upper bracket, right? Kronvic getting ready to fight against Yoshimitsu Six. Tuan, who is a name that I haven't seen from any of the qualifiers yet, making it in, going up against Mindwolf, who actually had a pretty close couple of games on his way over here. I can't remember exactly who he went up against, as I just closed that window by accident.
I'm sorry. Well, I know he fought Dr. Psychosomatic and Satan 86 just before the top 8, but those matches looked like they were in Mindwolf's favor, so maybe it was before that. Because for those of you who don't know about the Open Series, not only do you have to qualify through weekly qualifiers, right? Mindwolf has done that, but you also have to go through a larger bracket just before you get onto this broadcast right here. We narrowed down the players by, making them go through a normal tournament. It's however many players enter that time, and then the top 8 is what you see resulting.
And so, yeah, as we mentioned earlier, Mindwolf has had a pretty stellar run up until this very moment, going up against Tuan. That's going to be happening later on. In the meantime, we are gearing up with Thunderwolf and Infidelity. I'm just excited to see my boy Maxi. I may not be playing him right now in Soulcalibur 6. I might gravitate towards him after this performance, but who knows? Maybe Thunderwolf has a character that'll maybe sway that decision. Who knows? Because Maxi's always just cool. I don't know, like the Bruce Lee swagger he's got to him.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It was just the Bruce Lee man right there. But one thing about Maxi in particular is he got, what I'm hearing from other Maxi players, like Rich Sticks, for example, I saw recently talking about their Maxi changes. He thinks that the buffs are pretty cool. And then I've also seen some other Maxi players on Twitter posting like new stuff that he can do. Like his soul attack now has combo ability on it, which was, I think it was like a mix-up if he hits you afterwards. But oh no.
Raphael. I definitely have heard through the grapevine that this character is a problem.
Alright, so he got a few nerfs this patch. Okay. And then the system mechanics also nerfed him. But anytime I see Raphael on the screen, I get terrified. Because this is not just any Raphael. This is a Raphael that made top 8, so they clearly know what they're doing. Right? Yeah. They know this character. But yeah, so Raphael, he got a few nerfs, but one of the biggest nerfs was in the system mechanics. Because of the vertical attack tracking, you can actually step some of the vertical moves that were a huge problem that Raphael presented. Normally it was like, oh yeah, you know, a lot of Raphael's moves are vertical, so step it. But the problem is a lot of his vertical moves, they tracked you anyway.
Yeah. That was the biggest concern that I've heard about, and I wasn't really too big into it before, but now it's just like, we're gonna see how much of a terror he really is, even after the nerfs, but it's looking pretty solid so far for Thunderwolf.
Hey, yeah, Thunderwolf
striking
is
like
amazing.
Lightning. Actually,
I feel like
lightning.
I feel like I'm gonna get added on Twitter, and like Thunderwolf is gonna be somebody I actually know, and like I've just drawn a blank or something like that.
He's gonna hit you with the GGs. It was me.
But yeah, I don't know. First round and looking real strong versus Infidelity right now. You know, I know Maxi used to have trouble with Wrath prior to this, outside of like normal guard situations, but I really don't know what the changes have made this matchup look like. Okay,
damn,
on him.
It looks so cool.
this character is swag personified.
Both of these characters, man.
I thought about playing Raph for a little bit, to be honest with you. He's super cool.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like the finger guns with the nunchucks. That's always been like the favorite for me. Let me get that back fist though.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to get into Soul Charge for the back fist to be strong. But the problem is because that GI whiffed, picking the wrong defensive option, getting break attacked, and now Thunderwolf 2-up.
Is fencing the superior art? Is that what I'm seeing? Is that what you're telling me right now?
He says his swordplay is peerless when he beats you, so I mean... Oh, got the stun on the run counter. Yeah, that's a mix-up situation, so that was a beautiful challenge right there from Thunderwolf. That's Maxi knowledge right there.
The risk taken fully paying off for Thunderwolf, just dancing on him.
Missed the just frame, but I mean, hey, that's enough. Oh, is that a punish? Because he's dead now.
Oh, yeah! He got the way of the dragon kick into the waters. I like that. Very cinematic.
That's character knowledge right there. And so, because like earlier we saw a thing where Thunderwolf was like, okay, I know the Maxi matchup kind of knowledge. And then right there, Infidelity gave it right back. He knew that low was minus enough on block that he could get that CE and get that ring out.
And you see Thunderwolf right back at it, just trying to chase down the movement and then applying all of this pressure, all the strikes just going uncontested, trying to find his way out. But here comes Infidelity now, getting the throw.
That can be really hard to context Rav sometimes. He has one of the fastest normals in the game in that 6B. You see the little poke forward that he's been doing so often. But reversal edge comes out. This could change the match. This one person could just straight up die from this, and it might be Maxi. And there it is.
And it just reaches that far. Man, this critical edge is gonna be sick. Shot through the heart.
And you're to blame.
You give them Chaku's a bad name, huh? Is that what you're going with? Is that what you're going with?
I don't know, maybe. Yeah, Thunderwolf with that first game right there. You know, when Thunderwolf qualified undefeated, Thunderwolf is not in that bracket, I don't think so.
I think you're right. I honestly think you're right. I'm taking a look at just his performance up to this point. Yeah, he's had clean W's all the way through. So it's been very interesting to see this development. Thunderwolf being a very prominent Raphael, dude. He's going to be looking pretty strong going into this next match. Already up 2 games to Infidelity 0. No, wait.
No,
one game.
Just one.
One
it's
game.
Just one.
You see how fast these games are? Do you understand how fast his strikes are? It's already got me thinking, you know what, that was already 2 games. No, absolutely not.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Soulcalibur is a very fast game, right? Because obviously there's that ring out potential, but characters do a lot of damage when they have hit their big punish options, right? This game is, well, to put it lightly, unforgiving at points. So if you're really unsure of what you're doing on defense, you may get blown up for it quite a bit. I mean, look at that
getting blown up. Yeah. Just one misstep, and he is just breaking through. God! And he gets to move forward so fast towards the edge, and that's all really Infidelity was thinking about. Is like, I gotta reposition myself. He's like, no, you're gonna be taking some damage. There's a price to pay for this tool, or for this, for you moving away from me.
Thunderwolf is incredibly impressive, honestly. Regardless of the changes to Raphael that made him a little bit easier to deal with on block, he's finding ways to negate that, right? Like, he's using more horizontal options on his prep stance. He's you know, maybe using a little bit less in the verticalities, things like that. And look at that! The matchup knowledge versus Maxi. He knew when to press buttons at exactly the right time, going for the mid mix-up, finishing it off right there. When you see Raphael spin the sword like that, it's a 50-50 whether or not it's going to be a mid, a low, or another mid that kicks, but it's not as good as the stab one that you saw just a second ago, so.
The sophistication, the intellect, Raphael has it all.
I mean, you're correct. Oh, he tried to go for a parry right there, but Infidelity didn't bite. That's one of the crazy parts about this character is he has different parry types, and so with those parries, he can do a lot of different stuff. But nice dunk on the throw there. That should be a death punish, yeah.
Sheesh. You know, I might have gotten the score wrong initially, but, you know, it still worked itself out. 3 rounds straight from Thunderwolf, and an impressive one at that. There's just been complete oppression against Infidelity. I have not seen any sort of movement options, or I've seen the offense just a little bit. There were like a round or two where Infidelity was looking very strong on offense, but when it comes to defense, it seems like Infidelity's been very limited.
Yeah, it's hard to even say what you can do better in terms of this. Like, it's one of those matches where I just feel like you know, that Thunderwolf is just picking all the right options rather than like Infidelity picking numerous wrong ones or needing to change up a ton of stuff. Okay. Like, obviously a change up is going to help, but this just looks like one of those things where Thunderwolf is just killing it. You know what I mean? He's just making the right decisions.
Listen, it seems like he's been going in the RPS game. He's been going scissors a lot. And he's just cutting through the paper every time. Honestly, like, that's just what it feels like to me from like outside looking in. There hasn't been any sort of reasons that solicit any sort of change-ups from Thunderwolf, right? And I believe Infidelity needs to find that within himself to pinpoint some of these weaknesses. Okay, we're finally getting started here. Yeah, into the ring out. That entire sequence was all Infidelity. He's listening to the broadcast as we speak.
I was gonna name one thing that I possibly could think that Infidelity needs to change, and that match didn't show it, but I also didn't have time to talk about it.
My apologies, I was getting too hyped.
No, I mean, go off, King. Like, but for real though, like, the one thing I think that Infidelity is gonna have to go towards is the strings that can't be 6-speed by Raphael. It's a hard thing to do as Maxi because some things are just guaranteed to come out, right? That this character has specific stance transitions that you can't change. But if you can try to find a way to minimize that, like he has been right there, he minimized those strings beautifully. He just did it in such a way that it felt like Raph couldn't 6B anymore. I think maybe he started to figure that out.
You saw him throw a little bit of a GI there in between that as he was changing stances up, or at least getting that mix-up going. He tempted Thunderwolf to even press a button there, but again, changing the timing and changing the rhythm seems to be all the ways he's winning right now for these first 2 rounds. But we'll see what happens.
I feel like changing your own rhythm is such an important thing in Calibur, but sometimes you just get counter-hit.
Oh, jeez. I feel like the clothes were weighing down Raph just a little bit. He was just, you know what?
He's got that Rock League on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, those things do damage to your knees long term, but we'll get into that in a different story.
I don't got the cartilage for that. I'm not setting that up. Oh no, big pressure situation right now, and he doesn't have the meter to stop it, but okay, that works out beautifully, actually. He might be able to turn this around because he now has a situation. Oh no, I spoke too soon.
Movement has been so clean. He saw a single gap and just slid right past the guard, or at least the offense of Infidelity. Nice movement there from Thunderwolf, tying it all up here, looking at match point.
Yeah, shirts off for everybody. You know, he recognized that was the way that Thunderwolf won that last round, so he was like, I gotta take this off too. It's too much weight. Oh, great step and great punish, and that's gonna kill!
You'll love to see that. That's a pretty clean sidestep, right? Thank you, Battle adjustments. Thank you, battle adjustments.
Yeah, I was just about to ask rhetorically ask, was that a battle adjustment step, or was he going to step that pre-patch as well? It looks like he was already pretty out of range, but regardless of whether or not that was a battle adjustment change or you could do that pre-patch, that was just great reaction and great decision making by Infidelity. He's making those adjustments on not doing strings that are able to be interrupted very easily. He's also going to things that are, more a wait and see approach, a more patient gameplay, which in the EU side of things, we saw a lot more of when people were down and out, and they started to come back because of that kind of approach.
Right. Well, I'm glad they're not following suit to the EU playstyle. We are seeing a lot more games this time around. It's exactly what we want to see, more action, especially between Thunderwolf and Infidelity. Again, Infidelity, a name that we have seen from time to time. Thunderwolf, our first time seeing him in the monthly finals. So again, if you know who this person is, at either of us, so we could relay the information, because that would be great. That'd be phenomenal.
I'm going to find out that I know who this person is, and I'm gonna hate myself because the number of times that's happened to me on broadcast is where I've seen somebody's PSN tag, but I didn't know their actual normal tag.
Yeah,
has been enough times that I've looked like quite the fool, and I look like a fool normally, but still.
That doesn't count, though. I mean, that's just unfair. They go by a different moniker on mine, and then it's just oh, that was actually me. I mean, I feel like there's there's so many ways to express yourself in a game like Soulcalibur 6, right?
Oh my goodness, there's so many. This Raph play is different than some of the other Raph plays I've seen, right? There's obviously still the core game plan, the incredibly fast mix-up opportunities and stuff like that. But nice normal guard. Okay, he's got him up against the wall. That should be death, right? And it is
100%. I couldn't even see how much life Raphael had prior to that opening.
It was a lie.
Yeah, that's. I feel like that could have been huge, right? Damage on the table yet again.
Back to back, DJ Cali. Okay, another one.
Another one.
Okay, nice block on the low. That low actually would have run him out. Cool. Oh yeah, that was one of the changes right there. Normally Maxi would have been committed to that string, but in this most recent patch, he got that cancel right there. Oh no!
You see the sway back, and right when he's about to strike, he just goes for the feed.
Oh my god.
Shoes off and everything. Yes.
I'm genuinely surprised that Infidelity was not ready for the second low, because he had been specifically calling out so many different Raphael options previously that I thought he knew for sure. But now he's up against the wall and things are looking terrifying, especially against Raph right now. Somehow jumps past again. That's the second time he's gone under him. He's gonna get the hit right here. Can he get the ring out? Oh my god!
It's actually insane.
I can't call it anymore. I'm
not ready. Actually insane. Oh! Absolutely huge opening there for Infidelity, but even better rebuttal there from Thunderwolf. Trying to keep him on the back foot, but again, Infidelity changing up that timing, changing up the rhythm a little bit. Catching him off guard, yeah, GI.
Heaven's Guard actually caught the Soul Charge right there. I don't think he was trying to Soul Charge catch. He wasn't looking for Soul Charge specifically. He just happened to be Heaven's Guarding. He delayed his wake up, got the 6A plus B, because the delay wake up allowed for him to get under the 6B pressure stance. Super good from Infidelity on these changes right here. Dang. That's 2-2.
This character is sick. Yeah, built-in GI. That character is sick. Well, I mean, a lot of characters.
Got two.
Just the way he caught it was just so sick. It's very influential. I might pick up this character, but who knows? Infidelity tying it all up with Thunderwolf. We're starting to see the adaptations being made slowly but surely, all about the rhythm timing, or at least changing up the rhythm a little bit for Infidelity, as well as getting these ring out opportunities, right?
Yeah, those ring outs changed the name of that game. I felt like there was a lot of situations where Thunderwolf was performing very strongly, right? But then, the switch up on the movement for Infidelity allowed for him to change that into a ring out situation. You can have 1 HP, but as long as you're alive, you can kill the opponent. And a ring out is exactly the best way to do that, so...
I love that. That's music to my ears. Even if you have 1 HP, you could still kill him in 1 shot. I'm about it.
Oh, and speaking of ring out opportunities, this is the stage to do it.
Oh!
What a great reaction! What a great knowledge of the Maxi string right there. He took about half of his life because of those two things.
Oh, and speaking of Half-Life, yeah, one person did it off the start, but again, Infidelity, yeah, kicking him in the ribcage out of there.
Incredible. He had to go for that mix-up. The resulting combo was not going to kill normally, so he went for the restand into the mix-up, and it's a 50-50, so you're going to get rung out one of those two ways. Oh, is he going to get rung out next? Okay.
He's looking forward to it, at least. He's trying to reposition himself so that he is against the ring, or at least towards the edge of the ring, I should say. And here comes Thunderwolf yet again. If it's not going to be a ring out, it just might be by a KO, straight up.
Oh, yeah. I do like that Infidelity is starting to crouch those bees, because they are highs, and crouching is usually the best way to beat it. But Thunderwolf looks like he's got the reaction to be like, oh, okay, you're crouching. That's cool and all, but I do have a low here.
Oh, Soul Charge. Yeah, making sure that Maxi does not get any sort of momentum. And off the stage! What a way to do it, too. And I like that. Yeah, a string of offense, taking out the damage so much, and as soon as he found a gap within his offense, he's like, you know what, I'm going to maintain this momentum using this meter wisely. And speaking of meter, Infidelity still has 2 stocked up.
Great punish on that reversal edge whip at the very least. Okay, is he going to go for mix-up? He does, and there's the interrupt. Super smart right there from Thunderwolf. 2 bars for Infidelity. You got to remember that. The comeback potential is pretty easy, I feel like, unless he continues to just get whopped like that.
Yeah, Soul Charge, what a great time to use it too. Back away from the edge, reset the position a little bit more. Starting off with the break attacks. Big lethal hit! Out of there! The back fist! I'm glad he did it. I'm glad we had to see it at least once.
Yeah, he has that back fix outside of Soul Charge, but it's nowhere near as good as Soul Charge. Right?
Did you see that reaction? Yo, he read that kick. He went duck under right into that. Okay, nice use of the Soul Charge there. That was pretty sick. That's a read off the bat.
Yeah, round start read, but I think he's out.
You know, come on, man. Come on, man. That was sick. That looked like a great start of the round for Infidelity, and Thunderwolf was like, no, I've done this before. No big deal. We haven't seen it, but, you know, he's done this before. Jesus.
Thunderwolf has such an excellent Raphael, and Infidelity on top of that. Like, we knew that coming into that Infidelity is a strong player, right? But Thunderwolf, incredibly impressive. Having to go down the wire versus Infidelity right there.
Does it have anything to do with his name? Does he have, like, the passive wolf power-up? Like, so long as you have that name, you're going to be doing very well for yourself in the open bracket?
And that's exactly how it is in NA Open Series. If you have Wolf in your name in some way, shape, or form, you're going to do at least a modicum of well, right? Like, maybe you won't win or whatever, but there's at least 2 Wolves in this one. There was another bracket where there was 3. At some point, I would love to get Thunderwolf, Mind Wolf, Cry Wolf, and oh goodness, the Zhonghua player with Wolf in his name as well. I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But there was another Wolf. I want to get them all. Maybe we should just have the Wolf Invitational. It's the Wolf Pack.
I like that. May the top wolf prevail, and then you get to keep that name for the rest of the year. Everybody else has to change it.
Wait, yo, hold up. You're giving me ideas again.
Time to write them down, bud. You gotta write them down. Either way, we have the upper bracket. You see the rest of it. Kronvic going up against Yoshimitsu Six. Tuan getting ready to face off against Nightwolf. This is gonna be pretty exciting, as we've seen both of the players coming up next at least a decent amount of times, or at least once before, into one of the other monthly finals, right?
Yeah, these 2 are probably more staple Open Series NA competitors, Yoshimitsu 6 and Kronvic. Kronvic more so. Yoshimitsu 6 shows up, but it does incredibly well. But Kronvic is here probably every single month, right? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at Kronvic's character right here. Keelik has been kind of the name of the game for Kronvic, and, you know, favorite character in Soulcalibur as well. This character has a really strong long-range game and a really strong up-close game. But the mid-range is where he can kind of get that struggle, right? Now, when you get hit by the low and you hear him count, when he counts to 4, the next low that he does is going to be a lethal hit. Just be very careful. Also, the back turn, if he's back turn, just don't contest. Just don't do it.
He does have a back turn kick, which can be a pretty big problem from what I've seen in past VODs, but also an even bigger problem, I feel like, is Yoshimitsu. We've seen a handful of this in the EU monthly finals. Tell me a little bit more about how this character works out for those viewing.
Yeah. This character's got a mechanic called Brave Edge. It allows him to use the meter that he steals away and enhance his attacks or any of his special stuff. And you get to see some crazy stuff like him ringing you out from center stage, regardless of where you are. That's the power of him being able to steal meter and enhance his attacks. And also, he does have access to a 10-frame A, which is not normal in this game. That is an incredibly fast button. You know, maybe you come from like Street Fighter or something and you think that's kind of slow. but for this game, that's really quick.
Yeah, even in Tekken, right? It's kind of the same thing where it's just like, this is the kind of normal that you're going to be using, and it's going to be pretty reliable in terms of speed. And we've seen how imperative that can be with a horizontal slash being able to either punish something for a last hit moment. It can be a pretty big game changer for a multitude of matches, maybe even this one. So we'll see how it works out between these two players, Kronvic and Yoshimitsu Six.
Yeah, so like we were talking about just a bit earlier, Kronvic has been, I think, in every top 8 for the Open Series that they've entered. Maybe I'm off by like 1 or so, but it's been almost the most consistent placing so far, right?
Okay.
On the other side, Yoshimitsu Six, while he hasn't been in every Open Series, he's done well outside of the Open Series as well. We talked earlier about how he entered NLBC. One of the craziest things was bringing Ender's J down to the wire in their tournament match. Yoshimitsu Six was able to make that happen, which is a huge surprise considering Ender's J is one of the best American players, period.
Already underwear close to the edge. Okay. Being able to get out of that territory and immediately with the ring out. Yeah, he's following suit. I like that. Kronvic off to a very strong start.
He's got to follow him down there so he can continue the fight. There's 3 rounds left, right?
They were just going down to a different stage. That's what it was. Just going past the hill. There's a little bit of a stage down there too. You don't see it, but here we are
What's
now.
This?
Off to
That's what they're on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's huge damage. Yeah, one more mix up, and it's the mid. That move looks like it's going to initiate a low every time, and it's never a low. I always get tricked by that when fighting Felix players.
You see the prowess of fighting up close as well as from long distance. Again, this is the kind of the things we like to highlight. But still sidestepping over.
Not a ring out on that one, though. I think he could have rung out with that, actually. I think if he had gone into 4A Brave Edge, he might have been able to kill him.
Here comes the soul charge from Felix. Gonna be draining his life even more, but once he gets that hit, yeah, that's a problem, too. Ugh, on top of already losing your health, you're getting struck in the face.
Well, unfortunately, that Soul Charge didn't work out, but he was still up 2 rounds. So, I mean, the Soul Charge decision, even if it didn't pay off, it's not too big of a detriment for him in the long run, right? Like, he's still up. He's still sitting pretty right now. The mix-up's not really going to work out for him there, but he does get the wall rising beat, which stuns. And mix-up here, got the forward attack. Oh, I don't know if that punishes. Yeah, okay, it didn't.
Oh, it seems to be working out for Yoshimitsu Six. Either way, getting a huge opening, a huge sequence at that. Yeah, close to the edge. Now he's going to be checking for the movements, right? There's a lot of guarding. But the Soul Charge, back off me a little bit.
Oh,
in response,
block that monument, unfortunately. But there's that back turned head. That's the reason we say don't challenge Felix when he's back turned. That move right there.
It's exactly why you highlighted that particular point of Keelik. That could be one of the biggest surprises, right? I know I've seen that finisher a good amount of times, or at least that sequence from the previous monthly finals. So definitely no stranger to that sequence. Nice work there from Kronvic and Yoshimitsu Six. Still, putting up a relatively close fight from what we've seen in those rounds, right? It could have been maybe like that last sequence you were talking about, possibly a ring out. But I'd have to say, even without it, he's still doing very well offensively. But Kronvic's still getting the best of it towards that end of their game.
Yeah, Kronvic has had a lot of unlucky draws, I want to say, in first round opponents in the Open Series so far, and ends up dying to our best players like right out the gate, right? And I mean, Yoshimitsu Six is absolutely no slouch, but this is starting out to be a different story so far for Kronvic.
Mm-hmm.
One thing Oh, go ahead.
Please.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to say, on a tangent, though, I got to give a shout-out to Decree, who is a previous monthly champion who I don't believe entered, but is in the chat, and reminded me that the Zhonghua player with Wolf in their name is named Solus Wolf. So thank you so much, because that was eating away at me. I felt super bad I forgot the name.
And I will have to say, like, if Kronvic, again, like, if he manages to take this down, again, this is only the second game, right? If he does happen to take this down, he still has to face off with the winner between Tuan and Mindwolf, right? So, you're talking about unlucky draws, but we'll see what happens.
Ooh, when you're playing like this, I think that the unlucky draw and probably still win, honestly, because Kronvic taking that round emphatically.
Yeah, we're near perfect, but we'll see what Yoshimitsu Six has to say about that. Oh!
Be such a strong tool for Yoshimitsu. It may be it may sometimes whip, you know, but the potential that it brings to the table is some of the craziest in the game. Okay, nice punish.
Oh no! Yeah, you hate to see that. That just feels wrong.
Oh yeah, I love the challenge right there. When Keelik is in Soul Charge, he has access to some of the most damaging moves, like this command grab right here. This is gonna do a ton.
Oh boy.
Wait, is he dead? I think he might actually be dead.
He might be. I'm not gonna do the James Chen on this one, but.
Oh
okay.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. All right. Listen here.
Yeah, buddy.
Listen here. All off of a command grab?
That was off of a command grab. Yes, that is correct. Hey, it's techable. he could attack me.
And he still manages to get. Oh my god, this entire sequence.
Yeah, unfortunately for Kronvic, actually, that double lethal hit is not in his favor because of the starter. It actually scaled it super heavily. Oh, but that's gonna kill him.
I was gonna say, despite it not doing as much damage as it should, like. I think the positioning was absolutely worth it because you put Yoshimitsu on the back foot, just trying to reposition more than trying to strike back, right?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It ended up working out a lot better than I was expecting for something that, you know, I was expecting like, oh, he got rid of the lethal hit, so now that means he won't have access to it later. But when you have the positioning, sometimes that's better than the optimal combo. The optimal combo is the thing that puts you as the player in the best possible situation, right? Even if it's not the highest damaging one. It's still optimal if it like puts your opponent at the ring edge or is getting ready to ring them out or whatever, puts them in a situation that will kill them on the next hit, all that stuff, right? There's so many variables to fighting games.
Yeah, just having that on your mind as the defender is already like troublesome enough. It's like, not only can I possibly get destroyed at the wall, but if there's no wall there, I'm probably gonna die no matter how much life I have. So it's like you take one over the other, and it's just there's too many options to kind of consider, despite it only being two. But there's still just a lot to consider in terms of having to readjust yourself and reposition and whatnot. So very, very strong play there from Kronvic, looking very clean out the gate.
Okay, we got our new stage. We only saw this in the grand finals at EU side. We didn't get to see this anywhere else so far in the open series. Yeah, but look at the damage output. And that was, by the way, the lower end of the damage output for that combo, because that move has just frames attached to it. If you get the just frames, it does more damage. Okay, damage here. And the 4-4K. Yeah, luckily that's only like -2, so you can't punish that on block.
You would think Yoshimitsu would be used to electrics by now, but there were so many counter hits happening from the side of Kronvic. Jeez, just melting away from life.
Well, this Yoshimitsu is the Yoshimitsu in Tekken's ancestor, so he hasn't experienced electrics yet.
I see. That's fair. That is fair.
He doesn't
Yeah.
know yet. Oh man, the low mix up right now. This is kind of where Yoshimitsu shines. If he's unable to ring you out, this is where he mixes you.
And you see how much longer this stage really is. Like you see it as the camera pans out, right?
Yeah, it's still new to me, so I'm actually kind of surprised about its size, honestly.
I still can't even tell if it's like a triangle or if it's even like a.
It's a triangle, yeah, it's a triangle.
Oh, I thought it was like a diamond.
Burrito. Okay,
still got the mix
right here. God, he's been so good on those throw techs versus Yoshi. I feel like he's teched almost every one. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm not used to somebody pressing that button right then and there. Not only did he press that button right then and there, but then he was also ready to brave edge it, which is something he has to do knowing that it's going to connect.
And I haven't even seen that move as often, like even in the EU final, to be honest with you.
It's normally a combo tool. But, okay. CE after the resist impact. It's going to be slightly scaled, but I mean, hey, look at that.
Slightly scaled, huh?
Yeah, no, that's slightly scaled, I'm telling you.
No, I believe you. It's still one of those things like, man, that's a hell of a lot of damage. Whoa. Taking these guys once more.
Oh, is that going to be bad? Oh, no. For the reset.
I feel like if he just had like finished the combo, I think he would have been just fine.
It's totally possible. But super unfortunate right there for Kronvic. I think that's his B6. And it is a vertical, so, step that boy, and you're not going to have to deal with it right there. So, 2-1 now. Yoshimitsu back on the board, and he's looking live.
That's exactly what we want to see. Even more games between these two, especially, right? These guys have been absolutely consistent, or at least Kronvic has been absolutely consistent in these monthly finals. So it's fun to see a challenger like Yoshimitsu Six kind of bring it to Kronvic. I don't even know how many times we've actually seen Yoshimitsu in general when I was looking back at the VODs too, so...
Do you mean Yoshimitsu as a character or Yoshimitsu the player?
No, Yoshimitsu is a character for the NA region specifically, not EU, but specifically. Okay, we do have the mix-up, or the change-up between Kilik to Seongmina.
We have seen this once from Kronvic in the Open Series, from my knowledge. I think only one time have I seen this.
I think it was against
Kilik was doing pretty well, but I can't knock the decision to play Seongmina. She's a strong character. She has some hilarious mix-up options sometimes, so we'll see. She'll never lose. Not once. But it's anyone's battle.
But it's anyone's battle, huh? The huge contradictions right before the start of the fight. I like it.
Well, that's what they're fighting over. They're fighting over whether or not Seongmina can lose and if it's anyone's battle, right? So.
And that's the combo. I feel like that was the combo winner I wanted to see from Yoshimitsu Six in the battle prior when Kronvic was using Kilik, but it doesn't matter. Look at the damage against the wall.
I feel like that was the lower damage combo, actually. I thought he was dead if he went for the sword spin. I wish I knew the input for that move, because it's hilarious. But he just spins the sword. Lethal hit?
Jesus.
Oh, again?
Not another one.
And he's at the wall. Okay, yeah, it doesn't go for the wall hit, because I don't know if Seongmina actually has the option available in that situation. But the wall hit here, this is going to be huge.
You've upgraded from the chunkla to the broom?
Sometimes when you upgrade your sins, the chunkla is not enough.
Yeah, you upgrade your sins, huh? there's a hierarchy. There's a tier list.
Yes, there's a tier list of sins, and when you get the chunkla or when you get the broom.
PTSD, man. I'm just watching Seongmina just flail about with it, and it's just like, man, I'm glad those days are over.
Hey, well, I mean, maybe they're not, because she's still running amok right here in the Open Series. Kronvic in Soul Charge, but not 100% able to make everything happen right now. It's got a good amount of damage. Okay, nice tech on the throw.
And we see Yoshimitsu just trying to bide his time, finding an attack. Oh, that's a huge whiff punish.
Soul Charge, yeah, I like it because you've already got the plus frames, right? So you may as well be in the best position possible to activate it. That was such a good knowledge of what was going to come. I love the Soul Charge decision. The RI's gonna come out. Back. The ledge gonna knock down, and he has one mix up left in the mid. Wow!
What a tease too, because it froze just a little bit before it happened. I'm like, is he gonna block this mid? No, sir. But either way, up 2 rounds to 1.
Decision making for these players is incredible. Like, every time the Open Series comes on, I get surprised by something. I swear.
Back-to-back throws on tech.
Ooh. Oh, nice step though. Yeah. Okay, that one was definitely the vertical cracking cage for sure. Sledge comes out, but that's normally safe on reverse ledge. Maybe he stepped a little bit too late. That's probably what it is. But now big potential here. Okay, what's the reset though? Throw. Oh, got the lethal.
No, that hurts. Oh, it hurts me. It hurts me every time.
Felt it in real life.
I had to readjust in my seat a little bit. But Kronvic taking it down over Yoshimitsu. The switch off paid off handsomely. You see Kilik, or the switch off from Kilik to Seongmina, and pretty much closing the round or closing the game.
Yeah, it looks like regardless of what type of pole arm that Kronvic uses, he's ready to go and looking strong at all times, I mean, there were similar characters as always, like Kilik and Seongmina. They've always been like the two, right? It took later iterations of Soulcalibur for them to really come into be their own characters, right?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that, right? They are going to have like similar styles in terms of keeping the range, but from up close, Sung just seems to happen to be like pretty effective as well. You see towards that last replay, the kind of damage you could exude from having that stun, having that wall. I mean, the same could be said for a lot of characters, right? But at the same time, yeah, he's making it work for himself. Kronvic moving on into the semis, and we see down below Tuan versus Mindwolf, and even further into the lower bracket, you see Infidelity getting ready to face off against Seymour. And of course, again, we have Yoshimitsu Six, who was just knocked down there against from his match against Kronvic.
Yeah, waiting in the wings, trying to figure out whom they might fight, which is going to be what we find out here in this next match. So, Tuan versus Mindwolf. I'm going to talk about Mindwolf a little bit first. We're going to see another Keelik more than likely. I'm not 100% sure if I've seen Mindwolf play another character. I remember the Mina from Kronvic, but I can't remember anything else from Mindwolf off the top of my head. But Mindwolf was one of the first people to have to fight Crywolf in Grand Finals, who was our previous two-peat champion. So, you know, obviously, you know, real strong here in the Open Series, has been in top 8 quite often. On the other side, though, Tuan. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. I'm
gonna go with Tuan.
I can't lie to you. I'm unaware of this person. I'm really unaware of their information. I'm unaware of their character, etc.
So for the most part, we're gonna be just talking about Mindwolf, I guess, until we see the character selection there from Tuan. On top of that, A ranked, pretty solid. It seems to be pretty good. But don't let that be like the signifier as to their actual skill, right? We had a D ranked Yoshimitsu in the EU.
You know Rufus is S rank or F rank in EU, right? I actually have a higher rank on PS4 than Rufus does, and I've played ranked maybe twice on PS4. so it's not indicative of a player skill level in the slightest.
So we do have, again, Mindwolf gearing up against Tuan. The last time we saw Mindwolf again being within the grand final spot was back in August against Crywolf, as you mentioned, right? The Battle of the Wolves are still very much so alive here in this top 8. We're going to see what happens. We have the Keelik choice for sure with Mindwolf. As to who Tuan plays, you got to let us know. If you know who this is, tell us in the chat, at either of us.
We're going to find out in 30 seconds. That's all I know, right?
It takes too long. It takes too long.
I want to know now. But
give me that Huang play though.
I do wonder about that. Okay, so Yoshimitsu. So we're seeing a mirror match from the previous set, actually.
I see. His name is an acronym. 2 walls ain't nothing. I get it now. I get it. It all makes sense. No, I'm totally kidding. I'm just pulling that out from the ether.
I would believe it. I would honestly believe it. But yeah, so I again, this is the first time I'm seeing Tuan, to my knowledge, unless there was some other time that I've seen this player. I'm honestly forgetting, and you all can call me out for that as usual. But we're gonna find out about that. Oh, he's got that machete.
Are we allowed to use it?
Yes, you are. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That is also part of the defaults, the weapons. So. Oh! He didn't challenge back turn K. He jumped over it. See, he was listening.
There was only time in the broadcast for him to be like, "Oh, okay, I've read this little infographic here. I'm going to take advantage of that." Nice work,
I'm sure he knew beforehand, and my sayings had nothing to do with it. These players are better than I am. These players are better than I am. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, big whip right there, and because of the changes to retracking, that did not allow for him to be able to put him in block stun. However, the Ari is going to work out in Yoshimitsu's favor. He goes for the big pole jump, but unfortunately for him, the mid is going to catch him in max range.
Despite it being a giant whiff, I don't think there was much, really. I think, Mindwolf just opted to do something else, really. I could have sworn there was going to be giant damage incoming, but, that wasn't the case here. Manages to make it up for this round, gets a big whiff punish into the soul attack.
Ooh, big damage, that's going to hurt a lot. I mean, it is scaled, I guess, because there was a combo before it, but I mean, it's Keelixy. It's going to hurt no matter what you do.
Now you're like a touch and a half at this point, maybe 2 touches, right?
Yeah, well, it depends on the hit, I guess. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he took off high, but didn't interrupt the string afterwards. Maybe not so aware of the Keelix string.
Oh. Looking on the guard impact, finds the mark this time with a lethal hit behind it, back to back. Jeez. Oh boy, the unblockable.
Great step.
Oh, not again.
Yeah, well, it was the back throw this time. He's safe. You're safe, Vicious. You're safe.
I mean, he's got to be lifting him somehow, right? That's still not safe to me.
I don't want to talk about it. Oh, that's
completely unfazed. Completely unfazed. Nice work there from Tuan.
He's wearing
Taking...
armor. He's wearing armor.
That's cheating. You got a bare bones Keelik with only a staff. Oh, huge, absolutely huge. Good amount of damage there. Now back towards the edge. That could have been it.
Ooh, this is a scary situation. Yeah, he was definitely thinking about the possible ring out situation right there. The soul attack on the knockdown. This could change the tides. We've seen what Soul Charge Keelik can do, but it's not gonna matter. The 3B after avoiding the puddle.
That was pretty slick. That was a solid read there from Tuan towards the end, just hopping over the normal and just catching Mind Wolf, getting that first game. But I gotta say, there was a couple of mishaps, I will say, from Mind Wolf. I feel like there was like a very, very slight amount of missed whiff punishes that could have gone his way, at least momentum-wise. But for the most part, this is still early enough in the set to assess all the information given to you about Tuan, right? This may be his first time ever encountering Tuan as well, so it's going to be like, okay, I got to figure out what this guy is going to be going for, and then from games 2, 3, maybe even 4, take advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it just takes a little bit to adjust to a new person's playstyle, right? Because, like, we just saw Yoshimitsu 6 just a little bit ago, maybe a different playstyle than the likes of Tuan, right? It's, again, Soulcalibur and a lot of other fighting games allow for a good amount of freedom of expression, even if you play the same character as another person. So maybe not used to this type of Yoshimitsu, maybe not used to Tuan in general, right?
And that's something I can really appreciate, especially that throw right off the bat. Okay. Back
Again?
to back.
Double rainbow drop? What does it mean?
Double rainbow.
Okay, avoiding the puddle's getting a lot of mileage right now, actually. I really like that Tuan is using that as much as possible. Oh, but caught the tag.
Oh. Tried to make something out with the guard impact, but still, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just confused because he had the door knocker, right? But he didn't confirm it into full combo. Oh, but that's gonna hurt. Okay, up against the wall too. This could be a really bad situation.
You see the slight repositioning there from Tuan. Yeah, moving laterally, following the movements of Mind Wolf, but still just taking all these hits.
Yeah, reversal edge has not been working out for Tuan too much. Okay, and as I say it, of course it happens. You know, it's I'm a scrub.
No, it's just the commentator's curse classic. Don't worry about that.
Scientific fact.
Nobody can blame you for that. We understand our powers.
Oh, there's that back turn. Okay, yeah. You gotta recognize when you've knocked down Keelik on the back turn, right? It's definitely difficult to recognize that sort of situation. So I don't blame you when you mess it up. It's just if you're fighting this character, you really gotta be ready for back turn.
So you got the early soul charge from both players.
Big mid right there. He's gonna go for full. Oh, because that was a reset that did more damage, and now he's gonna kill.
Oh, this has to be more than enough damage. It's definitely gonna be more than enough damage.
I am still standing by killing, and I don't know why I would think otherwise.
Don't worry, I was willing to die by that statement. I was saying it with such confidence. I got you just in case.
I was very sure that was gonna kill. There was no doubt in my mind because he didn't even do the extra hit before the CE. He went for just straight CE, get as little scaling as possible. Okay, soul charge. Wow, you know, there's a lot of early soul charges from Mind Wolf in terms of life.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, when he charges in soul charge, he melts life bars. He just doesn't enjoy the fact that you have a life. Big hit right there. He could have comboed off it if he recognized that it was a hit, but yeah, I guess I can't blame him for thinking that. Such a slow, low. Ooh! Caught him stepping!
Way to track him down, trying to reposition Mind Wolf, taking it completely back from Tuan. That was pretty convincing. There was a lot to be said about the early soul charges. We mentioned that briefly. Again, we've seen it a lot more often than not in this particular matchup, but it's been paying off for Mind Wolf significantly.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that you see early soul charge. It's less rare nowadays that ever since season 2 where he's got the heal and he cancels soul charge. That's a Geralt. I'm just putting
that.
That
is a girl. That is a girl. Time to toss some coins to the Witcher. Here we go. It's gonna be sick.
All right. So Geralt is another character that uses meter pretty effectively because he has powered up special attacks that require meter usage if you want the powered up versions. So we're just gonna have to see.
This is gonna be sick. I rarely get to see Geralt in general. Literally, the last time I saw Geralt was in the hands of Sonic Fox. That's how long ago.
Really? Not
that
even
is
a
how
link
long
course
ago.
Geralt? Not even a link course Geralt, huh?
Oh, well,
that's
that counts
far more. Okay. Yeah, it's really a matter of what does Tuan feel is the reasoning behind this Geralt pick. It could be comfortability, right? This could be maybe the main character of Tuan that we didn't realize. Oh wow, yeah, big hit right there. That is actually a force block setup in that situation. So he just took a ton of damage from simply not being able to block properly.
Just running up and guard, like, just trying to close the gap, but still getting struck for it. You gotta pay the toll. You gotta toss the point for sure. Ooh.
Oh, he's about to pay a toll right now.
Better start playing that song, man. Again, we see the soul charge coming in early, but with a hefty life lead at that, so it's going to be a pretty big advantage for Mindwolf. Looking to close the gap right now.
Okay, got the 3A. Oh, there's the duck under the throw, and that's going to finish it off for sure. There would have to be a bug for him to not die here. Like,
you know, if he rage quit now, nobody would really see it. So.
It's like, oh yeah, sorry, connection issues.
So it's going to be a very swift second round there for Mindwolf, looking to seal another game in, but we'll see what happens here. Again, not too much for... Oh, you're dead!
He's gone.
You're dead!
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Vicious? What were you talking about?
I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. To be honest,
you don't know?
I don't even know.
You don't know? You don't remember?
I gotta go take a swim. I gotta take a couple of laps in the waters real quick. I don't even know what just happened.
Geralt's definitely taking some laps in that water. I wonder if he's stuck in... Okay, no. Geralt found his way out of the rapids. Okay.
Remember that question we had? Is like, how difficult is it to swim in chainmail? Who knows?
Well, apparently Geralt can do it. And I mean, hey, if you've ever played a Witcher game, I'm actually not surprised that he can swim in chainmail, to be honest.
That's very true. If anybody could do it, he definitely can within the roster, right? So here we go. Mindwolf again up 2-1 against Tuan, who opted to switch to Geralt from the Yoshimitsu, which didn't do that bad if you ask me, but maybe there's something...
I'm not sure what the Geralt is. Oh well, if you get a back throw, every character's good.
Oh, that is ruthless. It's like I'm watching this. It's like I'm watching the live series now.
I'm sensing you might be a fan.
A little bit. A little bit.
Something's just giving off that vibe. I don't know. Maybe my medallion is humming. I'm not sure.
Who knows?
Oh yeah, try to go but it's a bit too fast, and Keelik's throw was just a bit too slow. So Jordan did not get to activate right there, unluckily for Tuan.
Not enough padding down below, getting the first round. Again, Mindwolf off to a fantastic start. Lethal hit. Look at all the damage incoming into the soul attack. Yeah, getting into that stance early.
Okay, here's the Usher. Igni. Oh yeah, but using that brings to great effectiveness right there. He's doing more chip damage than he's losing health. Oh, he tried to step that Ari, and this might change the tide.
Ooh. And he just might be right. One more touch, and he got it.
Yeah, he tried to use the breakdance on get up, which is a low, to try and maybe get a safer get up. But the thing is that means you're still vulnerable. That means he can easily use any of his specials to catch you. Well, maybe not any of them. I don't think Igni's gonna catch OTG, but. Plus frames. That was so smart! He used Quen to stop the plus frames. Normally you would never challenge Keelik in that situation, but hey, if you have armor, you can do whatever you want.
Mindwolf not having any of it though, did switch it up a little bit. Yeah, back to the wall now. Huge wall combo, big tech there from the side of Tuan. He tried it again!
Yeah, but unfortunately for Tuan, he let go of the Quen just a little bit earlier than Mindwolf was ready for, I guess. And Mindwolf pressed that button, interrupted. He's gonna get full damage off that. That's pretty good.
more than enough to get all this momentum on his side. This is going to be more than enough to end up perfect. Yeah, it was only like a sequence and a half, maybe like 2.5 sequences, but Mind Wolf, living up to the name Wolf, keeping it down. What is it, like a clean sweep almost? I see it
3-1. 3-1. It was 3-1.
Almost clean, but against Geralt, that was a clean 2-0.
You know, for a debut for Tuan, that wasn't bad. You know, obviously, you run into one of our staple players here in Mind Wolf, and just didn't go so well on the Geralt pick, unfortunately. I felt like Yoshimitsu did pretty well, but one bad Uridan call ended up getting a big death on that perfect right there. So I guess that just speaks to Mind Wolf's ability, honestly.
And I gotta say, again, as you mentioned, Tuan, this is our first time seeing him here. It's a pretty solid experience, right? You're getting one of the staple players in these open tournaments into the monthly finals, right? You're getting all that practice in with as many matchups and as many different kind of play styles as possible. So either way, Tuan has plenty more to play from the lower side of the bracket. Let's take a look in full depth what we can expect as we see the semis already filled up. Tale of Nine going up against Thunder Wolf. That's going to be pretty sick. Kronvic going up against Mind Wolf as well. And you see down below, Infidelity already eliminating Seymour 3-0. And Tuan, who just fell to Mind Wolf, is gearing up against Yoshimitsu. We will not be able to see. But again, we have so much more to go through. A good amount of diversity here in the NA November monthly final.
Yeah, I feel like the character diversity has always been pretty varied for the NA side of things. Actually, also on the EU side of things, there's very few repeat characters. Surprisingly enough, Keelik is the character that is repeating here in NA, which is legitimately, if you ask most Soulcalibur players, that's a surprising repeat character, to be honest with you. But we're gonna find out what happens in those upper bracket matches just a little bit later. We gotta take a quick break, guys. Do not go anywhere. Stick around, and we will be back very shortly.
The Soulcalibur EU monthly finals for September saw some familiar names back in the competition. It made us wonder, who would make it to the finals this time? Who would make the top 4? Would it be fan favorite Fan Lee? Rufus? Only time would tell. The first match of the day saw Fan Lee take on Ning. It was predicted that whoever took this match could make it far. And well, Fan Lee showed us why they deserved to go the distance, winning the match 3-0.
Oh no. Might have it right here, KP. This is it.
Oh no! From there, we saw Cloud SC take on Leo Verde, aka the Taki main Rufus. Cloud SC put up a good fight, but wasn't quite a match for Rufus, who won that 3-1. Kicking off the quarterfinal matches were Keeve and Freaky Sound. Could Freaky knock Keeve down a peg or two? Unfortunately not, as Keeve decimated the match with a decisive 3-0 victory.
Oh my god, Pop!
Fan Lee was ready to show us just how far they could go in a matchup against Patrick Vic, winning it 3-0. They came with one goal in mind, and that was to win. The infamous Rufus took on Seymour and almost met his match. Seymour was not going out without a fight, taking the match all the way to Game 5. Rufus quickly realized, however, he needed to change his strategy and adapted just enough to take the match. The semifinals would see some incredibly impressive players vying for the grand final spot, with matchups between Keeve and the lesser-known B-Boy Skyzo, and Rufus going up against Fan Lee. Keeve made quick work of B-Boy Skyzo, taking the match 3-0, while Ruthless sadly put an end to Fan Lee's run, also winning 3-0. That meant the grand finals would be two top competitors taking each other on, a rematch from August's finals, Keeve versus Rufus. Keeve once again had been unstoppable up until this point, winning every single match 3-0. Rufus faced a little more adversity along the way, but could definitely pose a threat to Keeve's reign. However, this month, Keeve's reign would remain as he won the title of champion of the European monthly finals for September, still 3-0.
One more shot.
It's the mid again, and Keeve does it.
The North American monthly finals for Soulcalibur in September had some familiar faces return, saw some unfortunate internet hiccups for player, and gave us the opportunity to crown the best wolf in the North American Open Series. The day started off with Crack 873 versus Cry Wolf, making it the first match to see who the best wolf in the competition was. Cry Wolf clearly wanted that title, making quick work of Crack 873 with a 3-0.
Watch this and lethal hit. Oh my goodness. what an exclamation point on the end of the set. Cry Wolf.
Next up was Revan is Me versus Belly Fatty. Unfortunately, Belly Fatty was not enough to take down an unconfirmed Sith Lord, as Revan is Me took the match 3-0. In the quarterfinals, we saw our second Wolf, the Canadian Mind Wolf, take on Voldo player and defending monthly finals champion to create team. Mind Wolf put their mind to winning and showing how bad their bike can be, forcing a definitive Game 5. But Decree's Voldo was not allowing it. Decree took the match 3-2.
Got the back roll.
A lot of damage.
Oh, there it is! He got him!
Cry Wolves as well was ready to help Wolf keep the title of Best Wolf in the competition as they took down JD Inverse with yet another 3-0.
Duck
And
under
such a
again,
snap.
reset into the Muscle Buster, and Cry Wolf just 5 steps ahead.
Kicking off the semi-final matches were Decree 18 and Chess 101. Decree was ready for another painstaking Game 5 as he had already been through the turmoil, but Chess 101 was a little more strategic and was able to take the match. To see who would join Chess 101 in the grand finals, Revan is Me took on Cry Wolf. Would the Wolf be able to go in for the kill and move forward? Yes, as Cry Wolf took the match 3-0.
Oh, and that is gonna
Punish.
spill curtains for it. Do the dance, tune up the band. The symphony is here, and all the swords are in attendance as Revan is Me sees elimination.
Grand Final saw Chess 101 and Cry Wolf go head-to-head. Chess had shown great skill throughout the competition, but Cry Wolf took every single one of their matches 3-0, and so it would be in the Grand Finals as Cry Wolf proved they were the best Wolf and the best player as the North American champion for the September monthly final.
And welcome back, everybody, to the PS4 Open Series tournaments for the NA Monthly Finals. My name is Vicious, back at it again with Ebonic Plague. We've gone through a good amount of the quarterfinals matches, and it's been a pretty exciting one as we've seen so many new faces, quote unquote, joining us into the top 8, and it's been pretty exciting so far. We've seen Tale of Nine, Seymour, Infidelity, Thunderwolf, Kronvic, Yoshimitsu Six, as well as Tuan and Mindwolf right before the break. You guys, if you guys happen to miss it, we highly encourage you guys to check out the VODs, as well as keeping us posted as to who's who, because again, we emphasized this at the start of the show, that there were, we're pretty much going to have a brand new champion for this month's finals.
Yeah, no matter what, we get a brand new champion. There is no doubt about it at this point. It's we know what's happening, right? So it's gonna be interesting because maybe that sets up for like next month where the new champion maybe will run into Cry Wolf or something. We'll figure that out. I don't know. That's all in the future, but we have to figure out who is able to take these matches one by one. We can't get ahead of ourselves on any of that stuff. But Tail of Nine, Thunderwolf. So Tail of Nine out of Florida on that Siegfried. I've seen Hilda, not yet though, not in this tournament so far.
But we have seen a good amount of Thunderwolf, rocking that Raphael in exuberant fashion, honestly, just taking down Infidelity pretty convincingly, I would say. His offense has been absolutely stellar thus far, and I'm actually kind of curious to see how he does specifically in the Siegfried match.
Yeah, Thunderwolf is definitely proven to be kind of the child of Raphael, right? Like showing that he's maybe like a luminary, if you will. So it's pretty interesting that they're just so well versed in the character. It's honestly surprising that somebody could pull off Raph's technical ability in an online situation. But when you do, you see how strong that character is at all times.
Without a specter of a doubt, for sure. Tale of Nine going up against Thunderwolf, getting themselves ready. Again, it's going to be Siegfried and Raph, as you could expect. And at this point, it's pretty much a toss-up. The way Tale of Nine started things off against Seymour, initially had a pretty convincing lead. There was a slight mishap, but still managed to seal the deal with that Siegfried. And then Thunderwolf doing virtually the same thing with that offensive pressure from Raph. So I want to see, I'm already excited to see it, to be honest with you. Now, in terms of the matchup, Siegfried, we talked about on the infographic the kind of weaknesses that Siegfried presents. Without a doubt in my mind that Raph, it feels like Raph is definitely going to be one of those characters that's going to be giving Siegfried a lot of problems.
Oh yeah, this he has one of the fastest buttons in the game for interrupting. In 6B, it is a 10-frame vertical. It's quite good because not only is it obviously very fast, right, but it allows him to go into stance transition, which allows for the mix-up potential that you may have seen if you were watching earlier when we saw Infidelity. We saw Thunderwolf versus Infidelity, right? So when we saw that, we saw a lot of mix-ups coming out of that move in particular. A lot of buffs on the side of Siegfried this most recent patch, so I wonder how much those are going to come into play in this matchup. I didn't get to look at his buffs too heavily, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to wait and see. Oh, the B is going to hit. He has CE, which is a resulting combo. That's good damage. It really is.
This is a pretty good rock, paper, scissors situation after that reversal edge, right? Decent amount of damage. Even if the back was towards the edge, it didn't even matter.
Yeah, he was expecting that low. You saw him crouching for a good, 30 seconds after that. He was like, it's got to be low. It's just got to.
Just tap him on the head right there. Whoa. Man, that just looks really cool. That extender from Thunderwolf. Already off to an amazing start.
That was a really good block right there from Tail 9. He knew that Thunderwolf was going to go for that string, and once he saw the string, he saw what to do, and now he's going to get that. Oh, no. Yeah, because he was on the offside, and there was no way he could ring out, I guess. That's super unfortunate.
But he got the tail end of that. Yeah, he caught the low. I feel like Thunderwolf might have pressed the button, it feels like, towards the end of that. So, all tying it up here in game 1.
Yeah, whatever the case may be, that's exactly the resulting outcome. He caught him out of prep into a back throw. That's big damage, and it's going to make it just a little bit easier for things to start. Great duck. He had the knowledge ready. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Possibly Florida's best player for a reason.
Uh-oh. What?
Great stance parry, yeah. So when he has the sword behind him, if he does the little twirl, it parries the attacks that connect with it during that twirl.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Unnecessary roughness. But no, it makes sense. I mean, just cut it off a little bit.
Before it would force the attack to whiff completely, and he would actually get a better punish on you than he normally would, because there would be no frames stopping because of the parry. He would just be whipping, right? So he would have far more time. Quick block on the low, and then the punish. Not gonna get a ring out because it's just a bit too far.
That was gonna be pretty huge. If it's not ring out, it's still gonna be certain death. You know it. Unnecessary. Unnecessary. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at Thunderwolf's meter as well. I don't think there was any situation that could have got him out of there unless taking a risk by swinging. But for the most part, he was still just out of meter. There was just a little bit left that he could have gotten at least one on his soul gauge, but there wasn't really much to it. Tail of 9 put him at a checkmate scenario.
Yeah, that was super strong from Tail of 9. I can't stress enough the knowledge check on the string from Raph, right? He was ready for the lows. He was ready to duck under the highs after the soul charge. He jumped over one or two things, if I remember correctly. It was... I just felt like if anybody was ready to fight Thunderwolf, it was Tail of 9.
I mean, from what you've said earlier in the broadcast, I feel like there was a moment of time where Raph was a huge terror. So, I mean, you'd have to understand the matchup, right? You'd have to at least practice for Raph, because you're bound to find at least a handful of players that are abusing this character, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I know people who practice against Raph and still can't fight him, so...
That is fair. That is fair.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Woo!
Okay. Ooh, yeah, there's the Dark Legacy bubble right there. Okay, I think that's... Oh, no, that's a stance transition move, so it's not actually RE safe. They're going to go both for kick. What happens right here? Oh, the A is going to catch the backstep, and that's going to be an easy kill on the reversal edge. Rock, paper, scissors is far more deadly than you might be used to.
Yeah, we're seeing the kind of impact it would make when we saw that earlier, used from Thunderwolf getting the better of that, using that critical edge. But this time around, Tail of 9, woo, getting the launcher. But yeah, just to kind of mention, it could be a huge deal, a huge tide swinger, excuse me, momentum breaker, if anything. Whoop.
Yeah, wrist breakers.
The new series coming soon.
Yeah, I'd be down. But okay, that's gonna put him in Dark Legacy, so you really got to be careful about the mix-up potential here. I do like that he rolled as much as possible so that he didn't have to deal with it, and I think that actually got him out of a terrible situation. Super smart defensive option on the get-up there from Thunderwolf.
Oh! Okay, that was a kind of slick move in there. I guess he was just trying to reposition for the wall, but either way, that could have been a huge deal had Thunderwolf continued that offensive pressure towards the end, but still, we're back at this game again. The offensive onslaught from Raph.
Yeah, okay. I think that might have actually been a punish due to Raph's 10 frame there, but we'll see. Okay, Soul Charge out. He's still not in Dark Legacy just yet, so he might kind of have like 2 Soul Charges. Yeah, there's that Dark Legacy, so one mix up. That's gonna do it.
Woo! Quick and easy. Quick and easy is what he's looking for.
He's gonna get that bar back at least, but Thunderwolf's gonna use his own. That's kind of the same situation he did in the first game right there. He had Soul Charged and then immediately went for the horizontal high. But this time, Tail of 9, I guess, not ready for it because he's like, well, I beat this last time. You won't go for it again, right? And
Jesus! What is going on? Wait, please. What is going on?
Sometimes you just get mixed up by Raphael, man. He's got those options. Such a strong character when he has knocked you down because he does have those lows, especially in Soul Charge in particular. He gets a lot of damage in those lows. So it's not like only, there's only one way to block or anything. It's not like there's only one way to step. You really got to have those knowledge checks on deck.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Even if you block on Oki and guess correctly, you're still gonna be, I feel like at some sort of disadvantage. It feels like Raph is always plus. I mean, it looks that way. I know that's not the case, but it definitely looks that way.
It's really dependent on on what Raph is doing to you specifically. Obviously he's not always plus. Obviously there are ways to get out defensively. He's not an emphatic character that just wins everything, right? But when you run into a strong Raphael player like Thunderwolf, it can feel like it for sure.
Just stealing turns away, back to back to back. Okay. I'm telling you, what does Tail of 9 have to do here, okay?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you get the step right there, but unfortunately no punish several times. It's super unfortunate right there for Tail of 9. I mean, he left a lot of damage on the table, unfortunately not being able to whip punish those things, but sometimes you just don't react, It's really unfortunate, but great stance change, and oh my goodness, the patience. And he was on offense when he exuded that amount of patience with Thunderwolf.
He was trying to, you saw Tail of 9 trying to time when Raph was going to commit after the little pose, but getting the appropriate whiff punish there from Thunderwolf. Whoop. Oh my god, the damage! And the ring out!
Yeah, I was going to say he might be out.
I felt like maybe he would have been stuck to the wall just a little bit based on how he was moving, but I mean, damn. Big surprise. At least for me.
Yeah, it's if you get in that situation, Raphael is definitely looking to get you on that ring out, especially on that side, right? Because that's the side that he can ring you out on. Okay, not gonna be able to punish right there, but he does get the stun. This could be the start of something big, and that's why I think Thunderwolf is soul charging here. Doesn't want to leave a Spectre of a chance for Tail of 9 to be able to do anything there.
Yeah, just turning that low, going for a soul charge himself is Tail of 9, but still, trying to reposition once again on the onslaught now. But still firing back is Thunderwolf.
Oh, the guard break. Oh man, such good decision making right there from Thunderwolf. He had known that the guard break was prevalent after he had set him up in that situation, so he tried to immediately to go for the guard break, not allowing Tail of 9 to be able to move out of range or out of, the horizontal space that would have happened in.
This is looking pretty clean so far from Thunderwolf. I mean, despite it being 2-1, that was a straight shot 3 rounds, if I'm not mistaken.
It was, I do believe that was a 3-round. Okay, so it's the Hilda coming in. All right.
Yeah. Got the banner and sword. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's not like Hawamaru with the sword and the sauce. It's the banner and the sword. It's a little different. Hilda's a princess. She has to be regal.
I like that. I like that a lot. Honestly, I rarely get to see some Hilda, but I mean, I rarely get to see anything with Soulcalibur, to be honest with you.
Hey, I highly recommend watching NLBC Wednesday Night Fights or the PlayStation Open Series.
We're doing that right now. We're immersive. We're doing it live.
Oh my goodness! And that Hilda chain was definitely making Thunderwolf look kind of like a child there.
And you do have the range with the spear and the sword, right? But at the same time, it's like the damage output. Didn't expect it.
Well, this character does have a very high damage output, depending on certain things. But the problem is because she has to hold buttons to make regalias happen like that, there's a chance she might not be able to do certain options. So that gives your opponent the ability to kind of be like, okay, wait, I haven't seen a single vertical. I think you're holding down the B button and you can't use verticals right now.
Soul charge, get off me. Setting the situation, but already dashing in his face, catching him midair.
Ooh, big punish right there. Great Ukemi to be able to get out of that, and oh, there it is. But he's kind of at the mercy. Now, Raphael, he does have the RE cancel, but it's not gonna save him from that sort of situation.
We're just seeing a lot more mobility on the side of Tail of 9, but we also see Thunderwolf slowly starting to adapt. There is no walls to save either player now. That was already destroyed by like the first round, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, it was the first round. Yeah, because Hell 9 used the sword regalia to be able to make it happen. I remember. But big damage right there. He's catching him. Yeah, you don't want to get up. I'll just keep hitting you lows. Oh, you thought I was going to stop doing lows? This is, in fact, a jumping low now.
Imagine that. A jumping low, huh?
Yeah, Soulcalibur's unforgiving.
Also a hallmark card.
Already at the ledge, too. This could be incredibly scary. Yeah, that's why you see the steps, and that's why you see Thunderwolf specifically going for the horizontal mid, is to stop the steps. Oh. Great duck, but no punish. Oh, A6 release. Yeah, we like to call that the unblockable. It's not actually unblockable, but nobody's ever ready for it. Oh, Trey. He caught his meter. He was trying to soul charge.
More touch.
He didn't get it. Oh, no.
Catches the low instead. All tied up here. Looking at match point for Thunderwolf. 2 rounds apiece.
Yeah, what a great step right there. He's going to be able to get the full conversion off this, too. Good start here for Thunderwolf.
Uh-oh. No, it's not your turn. I'm going into Soul Charge.
Oh, big damage right there. He's not going to get the ring out on this one, but yeah, forcing the Soul Charge show from Hilde. Oh, it's a knockdown. That could be potentially very good, depending. But he jumps over, gets the ring out, and Thunderwolf going to take it right there. The Hilde pick looked real strong there for a moment for Taladine, but just not enough.
Oh, yeah, right off the jump, you saw the damage output, breaking down both of the walls, but still, I feel like those walls ended up helping Thunderwolf a lot more, or the lack of, I should say. Very, very impressive showing there from Thunderwolf overall, right? When we take a look at the replay, see how it all went down. That last instance of just button after button, and then Soul Charge right after. He's like, no, I'm going to keep this momentum on my side. You have to play by my rules.
He definitely had to play by his rules. Even with the Soul Charge splatting on the ground, he unfortunately picked the wrong mix-up option that Thunderwolf just happened to be ready for. So, unfortunately, for Tail of 9, only going to be going down to the lower bracket, which means they are still in. So, you know, I mean, that's fine. They can make it back, and I definitely have faith in them. Thunderwolf, however, going to be our first person in the upper bracket final here.
And as we see the other half of the semifinals, Kronvic going up against Mindwolf. That's going to be pretty interesting, as both of these names we've seen from previous monthly finals, right?
Yeah, Mindwolf and Kronvic. That's probably going to be a mirror match, actually, unless we see maybe the Sungmina pick, right, from Kronvic, or maybe if Mindwolf pulls something out that I completely forgot about. I don't know, but these two are staples in the Open Series. Maybe they don't run into each other, maybe they don't enter at the same day, but these are household names, basically.
So let's just say Kronvic opts not to go for the mirror match. Let's talk about Sungmina versus Keelik.
Okay.
What can we expect between that matchup in particular?
Well, they do have very similar qualities, obviously, right? But there's a couple of things that each person doesn't have and the other person does because they don't have that, etc., right? So back turn, you do not want to mess with Keelik. However, you can fight Sungmina back turn. That is actually a thing. She doesn't have the same level of strength when she's back turned, right? She doesn't have that auto GI, like, super fast kick that launches into free damage that Keelik has. On the other end, though, One thing about Mina is she's gonna yell the words "you're open," right? She's gonna yell "you're open," and you know what's gonna happen is she's gonna yell that 6 more times, and this is a low that hits full screen and does a grip of damage, and you're just gonna be so upset about it.
So I haven't heard it enough. Is it one of those things where it's just like she's gonna say it before she actually hits you, or it's gonna be like she'll hit you first and be like, "Hey, you're open"?
She says it at the same time. She's like, the audio cue is not enough to help you. You just got to be blocking.
That's exactly what I was going for. Thank you for picking that up. I was like, well, you know, if you could hear it, no, it's not the same. It's like Aswell, right? If you see the axe coming, you just block low. It's the same. It's the same kind of ordeal.
Block low. It's so easy. Okay, so it is going to be the mirror match, though.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Keelik mirror in my life. Gonna be honest. Well, I mean, okay, I don't know. I should rephrase that. I don't know if I've ever seen a Keelik mirror in Soulcalibur 6 in my life. It's probably a better way to put it.
Okay.
Soulcalibur 6.
Well, it's gonna be our first time for everything, so it's gonna be for both of us actually. We're gonna see Kronvic facing off against Mindwolf again. Mindwolf has had a very, very strong showing up until this point too. Very solid stuff. We've seen him as a staple, as previously mentioned. Here we go against Kronvic as well.
Yeah, so Kronvic is going to be on the staple white hair with the black costume. Mindwolf is going to be the default Keelik in the red with brown hair. Just in case anybody has any troubles, because I know I might mess it up once or twice. GI right there, immediate RE. It's not going to punish, but oh my goodness, caught his GI and look at the damage. 4K just frames, always good damage to be able to hit right there. Okay, soul attack. Yeah, this is one of those. This is my only chance, and it's gonna.
Oh, you're dead.
He went for resisted pack to be able to stop that sort of situation, but it was just too early.
Oh, you know, I thought he was dead. I thought. Well, that's just enough to do it. I feel like.
Yeah, see, that was one of the things I was going to mention is that Keelik also has a You're Open, similar to Sangmina. It's just not as good in my opinion.
Oh, big whiff punish from the side of Mindwolf.
Punishable on block.
And I like how weary they are from like mid to long range, but as soon as they get up close, they start swinging. I can appreciate that.
Oh, wow, got the 4K. Is that? Okay, just barely alive. And then getting caught jumping in the air. I guess he was maybe looking for that low, and he was going to go for that that jumping attack. I unfortunately don't remember the input, but it knocks you down. It's face jam.
Whoa. The dunk?
Yeah, the dunk.
And here we go again. Mindwolf just trying to guard whatever comes his way, but you saw the opening, but with the low.
Okay, there, that was right.
Dunked him!
Attack on deck right now. So yeah, I was gonna say Soul Charge is probably coming out, right? You don't want to get command grab by this character. I'm gonna opt for the heal, and because Kronvic, yes, it was Kronvic. Because Kronvic was hesitating, expecting maybe some sort of like CE or an RI or whatever, he ended up getting caught by it, and looking a lot better for Mindwolf now.
So that step past the strike, getting that whiff punish, starting things off already is Mindwolf. But here comes Kronvic. Does have just about 2 bars left, but is looking pretty rough in the life situation. In the life deficit, I should say.
You want to be able to win this round without using a bar, but if you have to, you have to. And I think Kronvic smelled that out, especially with that whiff punish. It's going to be the most damaging punish he gets, and he's going to get a little bit of health back.
Oh, imperative break there. But to no avail. Tying it up 2 rounds apiece.
I mean, unfortunately for Kronvic, Mindwolf is going to have a lot more bar, but there's that back turn K. Sometimes you get a little taste of your own medicine.
Now it's only a matter of time until we see Kronvic use it himself, right?
Yeah, no, most definitely. Well, somebody's going to get turned around, and somebody's getting back turn K'd into CE because they're both in Soul Charge now. Oh, the knockdown right here. Not a lot of life left, but that is a break attack, so that's going to stop that. The RE comes out. He might be able to kill off this because that is command grab.
Oh, no. This is more than enough. This has to be more than enough. 100%.
The only reason I said right was in case he used the CE too early, because you can actually press it too early, and then Keelik will try to toss the wrong direction.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because you have to wait for him to turn around.
I see. Okay. No, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was thinking about it a different way, but it does make sense. Okay, I see. So mine will.
So that's the only way he may have been unable to have completed that combo and to kill. But he did it, I mean, when you're a Keelik player, I guess that kind of input error is not going to happen very often after a long time of playing that character.
So we see Mindwolf getting the better of Kronvic so far, getting the first game. It's been pretty tit for tat, though, if you're looking at it, right? And you're looking and breaking down each and every one of the rounds.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I mean, there's no matchup advantage, right? They both have the exact same tools. Whether or not those tools are better at fighting the same type of tools is another question. But tit for tat definitely doesn't surprise me, considering both of these players. Not only do they play the same character, but they are both here in the Open Series quite often.
Yes.
Oh, the fake infinite? Okay, let's go.
He was just floating, He was just like, it wasn't even touching the wall. There's something magical in the stick, dude.
Sometimes you read the opponent's air control several times. Sometimes you catch him on wake up, and sometimes you take the first round pretty emphatically right there. AGI. I like that decision. He saw that Mindwolf went to the RE after GIing last time, right? So he thought, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an RE safe string, and I'm going to be able to punish it. Oh, lethal hit right there. And he's in soul charge, too, so he gets mad damage and great Okies. Again! Another one? Oh, no, goes low.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did it again, though. Oh, my God.
I need to at this point, yeah.
Yeah, heal up. Bring it over to the next round.
Yeah, right? He heals up to full, is if you think about it. Oh, the vertical? Oh. Yeah, I was going to say. He plays Keelik. Is he really going to fall for this?
Jeez, and Mindwolf already off to a fantastic start. Oh, and it all goes downhill. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how strong you start off. It's how you finish, right?
Exactly. If you ain't first, you're last, right?
I live my entire life by that saying.
And 2 bars for Kronvic. Oh,
it could be like that sometimes.
Yeah, that's what the kids say anyway. I've heard them say it once.
Once or twice.
I'm hip and popping.
Oh boy.
Oh,
he's about to. Well,
I is not gonna make it happen. He's gonna get lethal hit on that one, and Mindwolf again. Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
I was gonna say right when you said that he was popping hips instead. That was actually pretty solid from Mindwolf. 3 rounds straight. What is it? 2-1 now?
Yeah, no, it's 2-0.
2-0. Man, life is hard when you get older. I'll tell you what. Life is just so difficult.
I love being young. I'm so young. I'm so I have
Keep
a bad memory, but
what's the secret?
It's all there.
All right, listen, we're moving on. We got a new character on deck. We got a big surprise from Kronvic. Unnecessary roughness 10-yard penalty. I'm sure the distance between us is going to be more than enough, but I'll tell you what. Big switch up from Kronvic.
I'll take this. It was me.
Tee him up. Production. Take him out of the box for a little bit. We'll only hear his voice. But I'll tell you what, Kronvic opting to go for the Mitsurugi pick.
That's interesting. I have yet to see Mitsurugi at all. I was not ready for this in the slightest. So, I mean, I guess we're just going to have to find out how this goes. Mitsurugi is another character who in the last 2 patches received some love. Not just this most recent one, right? The one before it as well.
Okay.
Got a couple of more ways to go into his unique mechanic called Ashura Blade, but right now, if you can't even get into that, what's the point? As I think it's death.
Yeah, slamming it down already. Off to a great start. Again, Mindwolf at 2-0. Let that be known. Yeah, Kronvic, we haven't seen too much yet from the Mitsurugi pick.
It's looking like he's not even got a chance, right? Like there could be so much cool like technology from Kronvic's Mitsurugi, and oh my God, he tried to step a vertical. And didn't you know you're playing Soulcalibur? You can't step those.
Now you got the samurai undergarments fully unleashed. We'll see if that's going to be any sort of power up. The first time we've seen a hit, a solid one at that.
Yeah, it was weighing him down.
I feel like that's been the lore in every monthly final.
gotta take those clothes off. That's why Keelik does so well in the monthly finals. He's already got no shirt. He's had no shirt from the game.
That is true. Oh my god.
I wonder if that could have rung out. I'm not super knowledgeable about his RE options, but I wonder if that has the possibility of it. Unfortunately, we're never going to know. I don't know if we're ever going to see that Mitsurugi from Kronvic ever again, as unfortunately that is going to do it for that set. 3-0 Mindwolf.
I mean, okay, so let's just like theory craft with me a little bit. So the Mitsurugi pick, maybe not like the best decision. We've seen it go pretty close with the kill. Like we saw Mindwolf slowly starting to adapt to how Kronvic wanted to play. Do you think there would have been any sort of like effective pick with Seungmina, like switching off to Seungmina instead?
I really couldn't tell you. It honestly felt like Mindwolf was looking just super strong in terms of all that stuff, right? Like, the Seungmina could have possibly have been a stronger pick than the Mitsurugi, but I think the reason why Kronvic threw into it was a comfortability thing, right? Seungmina is so close to Keelik in terms of design that, with Mitsurugi being a completely different character, I feel like maybe he was trying to catch him off guard, and then also he had the comfort on playing, like, versus Keelik with Mitsurugi, but I'm not sure.
It seemed like for Mindwolf it was a big sigh of relief. We saw how dominant he was in that final game. Not even in just the rounds. I mean, just like overall his movement, his attack choices, and just in general, not letting Kronvic get any of his momentum started. It seemed like something that Mindwolf was 100% ready for.
Well, I mean, it definitely shows as we now have do I call this a staple in the NA monthly final? The Wolf upper bracket finals?
I'm going to say yes, that 100% counts, but now it's going to be kind of problematic because there can only be one Wolf, right?
There can be only one Wolf at this point, and Thunderwolf talked about that a little bit earlier. And I guess, we're going to have to find out who the leader of the Wolfpack is this month. Last month it was Crywolf. This month we get a new leader for the Wolfpack, but we're not going to find out right now, guys. We got to kick it off to a break to get you ready for this next match. So stick around. We'll be back very soon.
Let's cut right to it.
Right on cue, speak it into existence, and it shall be. Close your eyes, don't get blinded by the light. Crywolf, 2 touches, and there it is, tournament champion.
PlayStation.
The Soulcalibur October monthly finals in Europe saw some very familiar faces and strong competitors trying to dethrone the great Rufus. But would they succeed? The day started with Ganondorf making the first attempt against Rufus. Unfortunately, to no avail. That led us into a fairly intense match between Dinao Nin versus Hanya 90, after which Hanya 90 advanced to the semifinals.
Oh my god! Hello?
From there, B-Boy Skyzo took on Blade of Flame. B-Boy showed up ready for this competition because he didn't let Blade of Flame catch any steam, as he won 3-0. Finishing up the quarterfinals would be Cloud SC versus Kiev. Last month, Cloud SC was eliminated early. Was this their chance to redeem themselves? Sadly, a matchup against Kiev was not in Cloud's favor because Kiev took it 3-0. Moving on to the upper semifinals, it was time to see if Hanya could hold their own against Rufus. And honestly, they could. They managed to get Rufus's first loss match of the day, but Rufus still finished out the set 3-1. Next up was Kiev versus B-Boy Skyzo. 2 incredible European players who were ready to show Rufus they mean business. After a fairly stressful match, B-Boy Skyzo proved they were the one to keep an eye on as they took the set 3-1.
Right on cue, speak it into existence, and it shall be. Close your eyes, don't get blinded by the light.
The upper finals brought us Rufus versus B-Boy Skyzo in a matchup of Taki versus Sofitia. This was the time to see if B-Boy's momentum would be enough to make it to grand finals. Rufus wasn't playing around and destroyed the match 3-0. Down in the lower bracket, we saw Kiev earn his run back against B-Boy Skyzo to see who would make it to the grand finals. And while Kiev had a solid run, B-Boy just wasn't having it. He wanted that place in the finals and he wasn't going to be stopped at any cost, winning the match 3-0. The grand finals was a rematch of the upper finals, B-Boy Skyzo versus Rufus.
The players were pretty evenly matched throughout the competition, but this would be B-Boy's chance at taking down Rufus. The two fought valiantly, but Rufus wasn't going to ease up and won 3-0, crowning him the monthly champion for October.
Oh, possession! This should be enough damage! Yes!
Across the pond in North America, players were ready for the competition and no one was going out without a fight. The first match of the day was the lone Canadian MTL Gigs taking on VCX 000 with Nightmare against Aswell. The match seemed like it was for sure Giggs' favor when they went up 2-0 in the set, but then VCX 000 came back at 2-1. Giggs, however, adapted and clutched out the win at 3-1. Next up was Yoshimitsu Six versus Crywolf with the ever-popular Samurai Alien and, well, another Aswell. Crywolf reminded everyone why they were the player to watch, though, taking the match 3-0.
Oh, and the attack, Crywolf, so aggressive! Oh!
Then it was time to see Kronvic versus Crack 873. Kronvic put up a valiant effort against Crack, but it wasn't enough, with Crack still winning 3-1.
Oh, that connected! Oh, Donkey going to Maxi! Oh!
It was systematic, it was hydromatic, it was Dr. Psychosomatic versus Chess, with an interesting matchup of Sassalamel versus Sungmina. It seemed like Chess's game forcing Psychosomatic to change to Ivy, who they looked more comfortable playing. However, it was a little too late and Chess won 3-0. In the upper semifinals, it would be MTL Gigs against Crywolf. They managed to get it tied up 1-1, but Crywolf's Aswell was not ready to lose and he took it 3-1. Then it was time for Chess versus Crack. Crack was ready for Sungmina with Maxi and crushed it 3-0.
No. No. He's gonna get rung out for it.
The upper finals gave us Crywolf versus Crack 873. Could Crack crack the win against Crywolf? It looked likely when he took the first match, but Crywolf fought back. The two took it to Game 5, but Crywolf inevitably won 3-2.
Muscle buster, that should do it.
Down in the lower bracket, Crack 873 earned his rematch against Crywolf in the grand finals. Could Crack reset the bracket and take the win? He tried, but to no avail, as Crywolf would become the North American champion of October with a 3-1 victory.
I don't know what happened, but it is working in favor of Crywolf. 2 touches, and there it is, tournament champion.
PlayStation.
Let's cut right to it.
Right on cue, speak it into existence, and it shall be. Close your eyes, don't get blinded by the light. Crywolf, 2 touches, and there it is, tournament champion.
PlayStation.
And welcome back here to the PS4 Tournament's Open Series. We have narrowed down the upper half of the bracket pretty hardcore at this point. We have found what I guess we can start calling a staple here in the Open Series, the Wolf Upper Bracket Finals.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to assume. I mean, if it's not Wolf, or if it's not one Wolf, it's always going to be another. And we see the top 2 there. Thunderwolf getting ready to face off against Mindwolf in the winners finals. You see down below, we're making progress slowly but surely. Tale of 9 eliminating Yoshimitsu 6. But we still have, of course, Kronvic, who was just placed down there by Mindwolf with a very aggressive 3-0, getting ready to face off against Infidelity.
Yeah, and earlier we saw Infidelity with the Maxi. I know you were losing it because you're a big fan of Maxi, but unfortunately, I don't believe we're going to see that losers bracket match. We are going to be going to Thunderwolf versus Mindwolf, which is going to be our winners finals. So, obviously, the Battle of the Wolves, we can make jokes all day, or at least I can. I don't know about you, but
I'm right there with you, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be Keelik versus Raphael, as far as I can tell. I don't know if Mindwolf is going to go to anything else, and I feel like Keelik has... Mindwolf is just so comfortable in Keelik specifically, right? Like, we've seen Mindwolf on Keelik for a long time right now, the Canadian sensation, all that stuff, right?
For the most part, I'm thinking about how this matchup is going to be played out. We've seen the consistency of Mindwolf thus far. Again, he's made a name for himself in these monthly finals or even in the Open Series in general. But for the most part, we haven't seen too much Thunderwolf yet, or at least under this name. But for the most part, I'm thinking about the matchup Raph versus Keelik, right? We've seen how effective Raph can be in closing the gap, initiating that offense and getting that momentum started, as well as building up a decent amount of meter for himself and maintaining that momentum with the Soul Charge. We've seen it time and time again in every one of Thunderwolf's matches. Now I'm thinking to myself, what does Mindwolf have to do to kind of nullify that strategy?
Yeah, so if I have to hazard a very specific guess, I want to say that I would like to see something that we haven't seen from Mindwolf in any of his sets right now, because honestly, well, okay, we saw it a couple of times, but it's been incredibly rare, right? We have not seen much of the move from Keelik called Monument. Monument is the move where he sticks the staff down, right? He just puts it right there, or he sticks it behind their back, right? It's one of the two things. And that move has an auto guard impact on it. I think if he's able to react to whatever the stance that Thunderwolf goes into and react with the Monument accordingly, depending on which one he needs to do, I think that's probably going to deter Thunderwolf going forward, right? It may not be an outright answer to a lot of the mix-up situations, but it'll definitely make him think twice about what he's doing.
That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to see what kind of options that Mindwolf has as Keelik to kind of keep the wheels turning, at least in Thunderwolf's mind. It's like he can't really autopilot through this, so I gotta make sure he's on his toes at all time, because if he happens to fall into the trap that I've set for him, that's gonna be a ton of damage, or at least it's gonna be heavily favored in terms of momentum. So I'm very, very excited to see between which wolf is gonna take over the other, who's gonna be the alpha in the pack.
Yeah, well, we determined the alpha last time. Unfortunately, the alpha is not currently here, so we have a new Wolfpack leader coming up here for the finals for NA. It's either going to be Mindwolf or Thunderwolf. Maybe Crywolf will show up next month and really try to reclaim the alpha position in that Wolfpack. I don't know. I really want to see a tournament with all the wolves in it. I didn't mention Party Wolf last time because he hasn't entered an open series yet, so I don't really count that, I guess. But if Party Wolf jumps in too, like we got 5 wolves already. We got Solus Wolf, Mind Wolf, Thunder Wolf, Party Wolf. I don't have enough fingers for the rest of the wolf pack coming into it.
now you got Hairy Wolf, and then you got Bald Wolf, right? Is that can we join in? Is that gonna work out?
Hey! I used to be a big fan of an old PlayStation game called Bloody Roar, and I used to play a character. I used to play a character called Yugo, who was a wolf. Yeah. That also used to be my handle back in the day, but
That's fair. I happen to pick Shenglong. I'm pretty sure you can decide why. You can figure out why. Pretty sure you can figure out why. But here we go. We have Mindwolf coming up against Thunderwolf. Keelik versus Raph is what you could expect.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's not a huge surprise coming into it. We were expecting this for sure. It's really about the matter of play. This is not a matchup I see very often, but okay, we got the new stage. All right, again, I'm just glad that we're seeing a lot of the new stuff, for sure. We haven't really seen Huang just yet, but I can't imagine a lot of people are very comfortable with that character yet because he came out last night.
Yeah. That makes sense, right? You wouldn't want to use him in a tournament setting. Even if you were, like, familiar. Again, he's considered quote-unquote legacy, but at the same time, he plays completely different.
Yeah, he's got a lot of different things about him. But these characters, we know a lot more about Raphael and Keelik, and we definitely know that Keelik is dead. We definitely know that Keelik is dead.
You know that thing we talked about before the matchup happened in terms of what you got to do to nullify the strategy? I don't think we might not see that chance. Who knows? That was only the first round. Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Hold the phone, please.
Okay, yeah, there was one monument right there, but that actually could have been back-turned, and that may have been a better situation than the normal monument connected, right? We're seeing a lot of auto GIs. I think at this point, yep. As soon as I say we're seeing a lot of auto GIs.
Now that idea is implanted in Thunderwolf's head, he's already trying to find ways around it, and already all offense. This is gonna be huge. Yeah, Soul Charge. Get off of me.
Oh, there's the staff. Yeah, that's going to be an easy punish. I think, honestly, that the vertical attack tracking change may have helped there. Because that looks like it was pretty close to his sword, right? Like, I feel like pre-patch, maybe that sword would have connected. But, I guess there's no way for me to say anymore.
Yeah, I feel like even though he sidestepped it, it wasn't even by too much, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. But in Soul Charge right now, the damage output could change the tide here pretty quick.
Woo.
Losing health fast.
Mix-up off of that stance as well has been a pretty big detriment to his...
He got him!
Oh!
Goodbye, Moon.
Down into the center of the Illuminati triangle, huh?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, who knows what secrets are down there? Only Thunderwolf does now. As he is up 2 rounds right now. I mean, you know, Thunderwolf has his 1, and he's got a lot of bar to work with. So I feel like winning this round is actually heavily in Thunderwolf's favor so far, especially because of the life totals now.
And you see the third monument there, too.
Another low. One more. No, went for that. Oh, great.
Oh,
F.
my
Super strong
God.
awareness.
All the way to the other side, but completely unfazed as Thunderwolf. Having that tremendous life lead, he's like, you know what, I'm going to keep pushing on. I'm keeping my agenda.
I'm sorry, you got me with that one. Like, I'm not even going to pretend. The low. Okay, so because this is in Soul Charge, yeah, he's going to end with that much longer ender and get the command grab due to it, but he's at the ledge. This is the scary part. Oh, no. Oh, is that? Okay, no, he's fine. But oh, there's the... Is that death? Hold on, he might actually be dead.
You know...
In 2.0, but I still think... Oh my God, he's almost survived.
A sliver of life. And
Nice
this is the range
block on the
exactly he dashed up to him! Oh my God!
That duck was incredible there from Mindwolf. He recognized that that was the high. We actually very briefly mentioned that after 6B, the resulting moves, if they are those verticals, are going to be a high. We very briefly mentioned that prior, but it never came up. And now finally came up. Mindwolf was completely ready for it. Got the wall rising K, finished off that. And okay, well, you know, he wants to be alpha in the pack, clearly.
I gotta say, the way that Thunderwolf was playing, he was looking like a god. But this is definitely the first I've really seen him bleed. Mindwolf has really shown us how much of a force he is in these monthly finals or in this open series, right? There's a reason why he's been in these like numerous times, even in the grand final stage. So it's very interesting to see this obstacle presented before Thunderwolf. What does he have to do now?
Well, I'm not going to call it anymore at this point.
Yeah.
Thunderwolf, Mindwolf, these two are very obviously two stronger players than I, obviously more knowledgeable about everything going on. That's why they're in this position. So whatever Thunderwolf brings to the table, it's going to have to be very important. And you're probably going to want to not try to challenge back turn K.
Jeez. Oh, big!
Oh yeah, the break attack on that RE is going to impact counter, leaving Mindwolf at the mercy of Raphael.
Oh, what?
Okay, block on that, but oh, I think he maybe tried to step in between the 2 attacks or something because he did get the stun, so it was counter hit in some way. But nice duck right there. Oh, yo, anti-airs.
Another great interruption. I think he was already dedicated to pressing that button.
Yep. I like the beef though, Vicious.
I got too involved in it. That's my bad. I got too involved.
You're thinking too hard, man.
What a
that might
block.
be actually good. Yeah.
What an actual block. That was insane.
I think that's the second time we've seen a big, a very important low block on that Raphael string. I think the last time we saw it was it Yoshimitsu Six or I'm not 100% sure who Thunderwolf played previously. I'll have to check the bracket again. But yeah, regardless of that, I think this is the second time we've seen someone punish that low so emphatically.
Yeah, sidestepping away from the danger, but still Thunderwolf is in hot pursuit. Oh boy.
Yeah, Monument's not really working out super hot. He's going to a lot more high attacks than I thought he would. You know, Monument's a lot for those mids. Oh, okay. Great parry!
Sidestep.
Oh, yeah, that parry
Fully
on
disarmed.
the RE was super strong. It allowed him to evade it. Incredible decision. Or, well, I guess I should say incredible reaction. Oh yeah, he tried to RE. He's gonna get full damage on this. No soul charge to go for the splat. He caught him out of the critical edge that stole his bar, and now he has full pressure on him.
Oh, and he still found a way to counter. He still found a gap, and here comes Mindwolf towards the wall as well.
really wants to make something happen right now, and because he's got that damage output, he definitely can do so. While rising K, gonna grab the man. Putting hands on him.
Was it placing the low with the hop, or excuse me, with a wall rising kick? Is that what just happened?
I think he went to the low again. Yeah, it already happened in Iron.
Sheesh.
I was just super impressed by the awareness really from Mindwolf, because that's been what, the third time this set that he's punished a low like that. You know, maybe the first time he didn't do it with a CE, but the other times he did. Oh, yeah, you want to front escape in that situation almost every time. You can take the back throw damage. It's okay. I promise you. Oh! No punish, though, because he already committed to the pole vault, so he didn't have enough time. Oh, super smart move there. Soul charge. Last ditch effort. Let us begin. He dropped the combo, though. Wow, this is huge! And he got the ring out because of that! The drop combo from Thunderwolf resulting in Mindwolf being able to get the ring out. Oh my goodness, that's such a heartbreaker.
I legit thought it was over. I thought even if you had dropped the combo, I thought there wasn't gonna be enough time for Mindwolf to readjust, or at least move, right? Reposition himself. That was really unfortunate for Thunderwolf.
Well, Alpha of the Pack is starting to look closer and closer in Mindwolf's favor right now. Can I get a new stage? Is this, oh no, this is the underground stage. Okay, I thought maybe this was the new one for a second there because of how dark it was. But,
I feel like the more I watch these matches, like, the more excited I get, because I definitely just ate not too long ago, and I've already expended enough energy to be like, all right, I gotta eat again, because these guys have been keeping me hype the entire time.
You know,
all right, we're not gonna talk about that.
If you're trying to up your metabolism, lose some weight, make sure to tune into the PlayStation.
Up 2 games to none is Mindwolf thus far, and Thunderwolf again off to an impressive offensive start. Big launcher.
Impressive offensive start is just the name of the game as always for Raphael, the Shadow of Eight, and the perfect.
Sheesh.
Battle 2.
Raphael's got so many tools that are so impressive because, like, the tools are there, but it's not like they're automatic, right? Like, you don't just automatically make these things happen. Thunderwolf is making these happen for himself. Ooh, back turn K. Don't challenge me. I'm turning around.
Look at that. Firing right back. In the next round is Mindwolf. Pretty much taking it down. Yeah, you already know. It's your chance. Do your dance for the Space Jam. You already know what it is.
I love seeing Killer Factor every time. it's people know they want to either block it or avoid it, right? But that doesn't mean they will.
Thinking 2 steps ahead, but still stuck on 1. I mean, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. It's like you want to react to it like appropriately, but sometimes you get a little eager.
Yeah, you don't think he's gonna do it again, right? Right? Oh, tried to GI right there, but it ended up being the break attack. Super good from Thunderwolf. I mean, you know, he just kind of guessed right. He just happened to guess that, yeah, you're gonna break attack here. I mean, excuse me, you're gonna GI here.
Early soul charge. Coming from the side of Mindwolf. Big hop kick. Ugh. Oh, don't go into wrestle.
He doesn't want to use that bar just yet because he wants to be close enough to the kill before he ends up doing it in a combo. Gets the command grab. That one's just damage though. He goes for the heal and oh my goodness, the comeback there from Mindwolf.
This has been going pretty back and forth with how offensive both of these players can be, right? If any of them win the round, it's by a large amount.
Well, with the way this is starting, I'm a little worried that might be the case here for Thunderwolf. But no, the back turn K. Okay, look, I would put a house down on that back turn K.
Oh my god!
Good lord! 3-0 there for Mindwolf. Anytime that it looked like Thunderwolf was, you know, surmounting the comeback, figuring out what he needed to do, getting those impressive offensive starts, Mindwolf did not care. Right? Mindwolf was like, I've got the heart of the champion. I keep my composure, and I can make things happen.
Woo-wee. And again, that could have just gone either way. It was looking pretty much dead even up until those final sequences, as you see here. Again, Raph got himself started. Thunderwolf looking very, very strong for himself. And then out of nowhere, Mindwolf just taking it completely underneath him and has literally quite literally. Taking it
Oh
further right
man. Well, we have maybe our alpha. Unfortunately, though, it's not guaranteed that Mind Wolf is the alpha, right? Thunderwolf still has a chance to be able to come back and to take that title back. However, having to figure out whom that opponent for Thunderwolf is going to be. We're gonna have Infidelity versus Tale of Nine, and I guess once we realized Infidelity's pedigree, we weren't too surprised that he was gonna make it this far. Tale of Nine, we were aware of their prowess being one of the best players in Florida. So again, not huge surprise. This top four is actually rounding out to some of the people that, you know, if you just kind of check out the research, it's a little expected.
And as we saw there in the lower bracket, you did see Infidelity take down Kronvic, if I'm not mistaken. Now gearing up to face off. I might have missed it. Tale of Nine. Thank you. So we are expecting the Siegfried versus the Maxi matchup, which I'm absolutely ecstatic for. Obviously, no favorites, but I want to just see someone like Infidelity back at it again, going up against Siegfried and Tale of Nine, because both of them had a very, very solid showing in the top 8. It's been very, very close, but now we get to see it again in the loser side.
Well, if Tale of Nine does go for Siegfried, I have one piece of advice for Infidelity. It's something that a lot of Calibur players struggle with versus Siegfried. Honestly, everybody gets hit by this stuff. There's a big issue, you know, when this comes up. So please get out your notepads. Get ready for this one. The big thing about fighting Siegfried, the big mistake that everybody makes, is letting Siegfried hit you. Just don't let him hit you. That's it. Is that it? Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, so Infidelity coming out with Maxi right here. And we do have a slide up. So this character is one of the ones that you really have to have knowledge of stances for, because I personally call it more stances than any other character. Some people don't really call it stances because it's just where the nunchucks are on his body as he's flailing them around. That's what I call a stance personally, because it dictates what options he has. So you gotta make sure you watch out for that. His Whip Punish CE is incredible, and if he's able to get those 7 stars powered up, he can get a lot of break attack options and kind of become a terror. It's almost like he's in Soul Charge some of the time.
And you see it down below, the potential counters, knowledge of his stances. We've seen that a good amount between Infidelity and Thunderwolf. As a matter of fact, we've seen how effective those interruptions are once you have knowledge of those stances. So we'll see if that's going to be the case with Tale of Nine. But then again, you're looking at the character choice with Siegfried. Is there going to be anything fast enough in order for you to challenge that?
He's a bit on the slower end, right? Yeah, I totally understand the worry about that situation. But he also has a lot of situations where he can challenge but not get much damage. And if you're able to at the very least challenge with like a 5B or a B6, you know, those 2 moves, then at the very least you've deterred Maxi, and that's kind of the important bit. Deterrence is very important, but even if you can't get huge damage off it.
I see. So essentially you're bringing it down to like a battle of attrition when it comes to like Maxi's offense, right? Even if you do get the stop, you're not going to be necessarily having your turn yet again, right?
Yeah, I mean, that really depends on how much knowledge check that Tale of Nine can go through. Right now he's doing a pretty good job, though. He's interrupted a couple of them. Life totals are similar, but obviously he's got to deal with that Dark Legacy now. Oh, the whiff on the reverse ledge. No dice, though. Not a punish. He tried to get a back throw on that one, but again, no dice. And that's going to kill.
Off to a very strong start is Infidelity. That's what I like to see. Yeah, offense out the gate from Tale of Nine.
Yeah, Ace Light being such a strong tool for Siegfried. It's pretty much a staple move. It's one you're going to see a lot. Oh, caught him stepping.
It was all diversion.
Unfortunately for Tale of Nine, he gets whopped by that break attack, and there's that Dark Legacy bubble. Okay, a lot of Siegfrieds I see using that Dark Legacy bubble more conservatively, right? I feel like Tale of Nine does not care. He's just like, oh, it's active? Let's go. Like,
ooh. 2 consecutive rounds so far from Infidelity. And from what it's looking like, Tale of Nine, again, once he gets started, it seems to be in his favor. But for the most part, it's been very difficult to contest Maxi from what we're looking at.
Yeah, that lethal hit condition, I believe, is after it ducks under a high. If it connects, then it will lethal hit. And, well, I mean, that's what happened, so. Got the hit right here, using all that soul charge damage. That's the power of soul charge. Great block, though. Is going to be able to get the punish on that.
And I like that reposition as well.
Oh, the normal guard up against the wall. Oh, if he had hit that would have been super good. Heaven's Guard didn't work? Really? That must have been the nerf.
Battle 4.
Still managed to get the throw, though.
Yeah, well, Infidelity went for the option to beat the Dark Legacy bubble, right? The Heaven's Guard, which is a resistant pack, so that beats break attacks, which the Dark Legacy bubble is. And unfortunately, it was just too early.
You know, it doesn't seem like he's too phased by it with the way he's moving.
Oh, here's that soul attack. Here's the mix-up. Oh, yeah, soul attack has been buffed for Maxi this patch. So not only does he have ability to combo and stuff like that with the soul attack now, where he couldn't before, he also gets a real strong mix-up afterwards. So, and I wasn't sure what was going on there. He somehow got behind Tail of 9.
Yeah. Towards the end of that exchange, yeah, that's exactly what it looked like, and that pretty much secured him the game. 3 rounds straight for Infidelity. Very, very strong start.
Well, he's going to need those strong starts, because if you allow the comeback factor of Siegfried to quite literally explode, it can come back to haunt you, unless he goes to Hilda. Let's see.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that the character was taking a little longer to load, so I was like, oh, it's a character that hasn't been picked yet, right? It's got to be Hilda.
So this is going to be a pretty significant change of pace, if I'm not mistaken, considering what we've seen from Tail of 9 picking Hilda before in his match against Thunderwolf, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I do believe that's correct. And I gotta say that Hilda absolutely has all the tools to be able to interrupt Maxi's strings as long as you know which one is coming. Especially now that he has Sword Regalia. It's actually quite worrisome, honestly, for Maxi to do an incorrect option on block. Oh, great duck, but no punish on it.
In hot pursuit.
Yeah, definitely in hot pursuit. Good lord, he was all over Tail of 9 that time.
Infidelity opted back away, just immediately trying to go for a whiff punish, but nonetheless, off to a great offensive start. I say that, but here comes Tail of 9.
Oh, there's that A release 6 after the break attack. He's going to be able to get Spear Regalia because of that. Probably looking to get Sword Regalia right back, which means if he has both, he can do huge damage. So, nope. Okay, good block right there from Maxi.
Back against the wall. Trying to find his way out. Okay. Does get a big counter hit.
Wow. I didn't realize that had tech crouch properties.
Oh, a huge punish.
Okay, one more opportunity here, and it's gonna be low. And that's gonna get that round. What looked really bad for Infidelity for a moment there turned right around when he got that low. Oh no, step back.
No. Those 2 bars on the side of Tail 9.
There's the unblockable. It's not a real unblockable. I'm sorry. I don't want to give this information. It's just a joke. It's not a real unblockable.
Hard unblockable. I put it in my mind already.
Ooh, great step and beautiful punish right there.
Ooh!
And his tech crouch with the 6-8 He's getting that meter back. Oh, he tried to use it on the Heaven's Guard, but no dice there. He's got to deal with one more possible mix-up. The GI is going to win, and nice patience there from Tail of 9.
Battle 4.
Couple of times you see Infidelity trying to catch anything from Tail of 9, just whiffed 2 times over. It's going to be a huge mental break, at least for Tail of 9.
Ooh, big wall rising, but unfortunately it was so far away that he was unable to get the resulting combo. Okay, still gets good damage on it.
It looks like Infidelity was on the back foot for just a little bit, but that moment's long gone.
Incredibly slow launcher to be able to stop the Heaven's Guard from being a big factor. Ooh. Not going to get the punish on that. I'm actually not sure if that move is punished on block. I could be wrong.
You would think it looks like it, just from the animation itself. But no, very deceptive.
Super good interrupt right there from Infidelity, unfortunately. Oh no!
Nani?
Oh, as soon as I saw the soul charge, I knew what was happening next.
Bring it down a little bit. I definitely missed that slight detail.
Yeah, so resist impact resists is like a guard impact, but it works on unblockables, break attacks, and soul charge activation.
Yeah.
So Maxi has a move called Heaven's Guard, which counts as a resist impact. So the second he soul charged, the resist impact connected, he was back turned. So he actually got back turn B, which I think has a break attack attached to it, if I remember correctly. So he couldn't even GI back. It had to be a resist impact, or that was it. That was his only option.
I see. Very fortunate for Infidelity. Tail9, with the Hilda switch up, I feel like, again, he's been a lot more consistent in terms of like damage output and at least contesting Maxi in terms of switching over stances, a lot more than Siegfried has. But still, as it is right now, Infidelity does have the lead so far in the set.
I mean, Infidelity up 2, looking incredibly strong. Regardless of when his strings get interrupted, he's like, yeah, I'm a Maxi player, that's gonna happen, right? Like, sometimes people are just gonna know. And you know, you just have to kind of bounce back from that. And I feel like Infidelity does that. Is that out?
No.
Small wall saved her. Okay, release 6 into the Spear Regalia. Yep, it's guaranteed combo. That string right there into the break attack Spear lunge. If the Hilda player decides to go for the break attack, that string is step 1. For those of you who haven't played against Hilda, so just keep that in mind. If the person tries to charge it up, you can step away from it.
I like the risk getting the whiff punish from that distance out. Very brave. Again, one touch would have been just enough, but Tail9 surviving, at least getting the first round of game number 3. Big stun. Big counter hit, I should say.
Yeah. Oh, got the break it. Oh my god! Get out of here!
And following suit, I like the feet first belly flop, or at least the dive in, at least.
Yeah,
she had her back in the water.
Follow in, you know, it's a nice pool. It's a hot summer day.
Summer rain, you can never predict it on this stage, honestly.
Oh, okay, up against the wall. That's going to give a better combo. I wonder, is he going to be able to... Yeah,
he's out. He's out.
That was a ring out situation, and it was.
There was so much for Infidelity to just readjust and go for that ring out option. I've at least seen that in the finals before.
Yeah. Even if that ring out didn't happen, that was a ton of damage on the combo, right? Like it was 2 wall hits. There was just so much damage. Heaven's Guard again. Yep. That was the back turn B.
I see. It's all coming together now. I can see the frames.
Oh no, Vicious is the chosen one now. Be careful if he enters. Oh, that might be ring out. Hold on. Okay, small wall saved again. But I mean, look at the damage. It basically put Tail of 9 in a check situation because one mix-up did it, and now Infidelity, when he was down 2-0, is currently on set point.
Just mixing them up.
Man, you can only block so many mix-ups because the next one's gonna come no matter what with your Maxi. Got one more mix-up coming. Okay, there's the Soul Charge. I do like that he waited because he knew he got Heaven's Guarded last time, right? So he's just waiting for the Heaven's Guard to happen, then saw Soul Charge. Got his meter on the critical.
Took out the meter!
Oh no. Okay, that's plus frames.
Oh, so close.
Oh my god, Soul Charge is gonna stop the break attack. He doesn't have a much guard bar to work with. Maxi could die if he went vertical.
And now he's trying to look for all offense. Oh, that could have been a big whiff punish.
Oh, the low!
That could have been pretty close, right? Missing that whiff punish opportunity could have led for Tail of 9 to get the guard crush against Infidelity, being able to survive the rest of that set. But still, I feel like there was just like a slight hesitation there from Tail of 9. Or did he not actually have the opportunity to strike back?
Are you talking about when he whiffed the big vertical after the Soul Charge?
Yes, 100%.
So he went for the vertical and then changed the string because watch, he you see Maxi step this? Well, not here. It's a little
not
bit
quite
late,
yet.
Right?
Yeah, it's later on in the set where it gets a little bit closer, right? We're gonna see again. You stole away the gauge. There was the threat for the ring out, and then later on, right? I feel like there was a big whiff punish opportunity for Infidelity after this.
It's right here. So he's gonna whiff the vertical after this attack. He blocks it, whiffs the vertical, and then he continues the string into the horizontal. So because Maxi didn't go for a whiff punish, he actually stayed alive and was able to make it happen.
I see. Yeah, switching it up at that last second, I thought I could have sworn maybe like, you know, Tail 9 would have been at least in a favorable position, but that definitely wasn't the case as we see Infidelity taking it down. I meant to say Tail of 9 would have been in a favorable position, but that definitely wasn't the case. So Infidelity taking it down 3-0. I've been flabbergasted this entire NA November monthly final, so that's only because of how strong some of these players are, and this is my first time really diving into it with Ebonic Plague, so this has been quite the eye-opener, honestly, as we see Thunderwolf, Infidelity gearing up for that losers final.
So we're going to see Raphael versus Maxi, and this is the run back from winners, isn't it?
100% it is, yeah.
So, okay, well, Infidelity's had a lot of time to think, I'm sure, about this. And whether or not he has had that time to think specifically about the Raphael matchup is one thing, because, you know, he's had to go through match after match in the lower side of the bracket. But, I mean, I wonder if he's going to be able to duck under those highs after the 6B. You know, he's going to be able to deal with that prep stance, gonna take that shadow evade and tell Raphael he can't do it, you know, that kind of deal.
He's had a good amount of time and a lot of momentum going into it, right? He's been pretty much going through the gauntlet for the most part. Actually, I'm thinking about it. Thunderwolf hasn't stopped playing either. So it's going to be very interesting to see Infidelity on a hot streak right now. I want to see what he's going to do to adjust towards Raph. Ebonic Plate has already mentioned an inkling of what could potentially happen, but it all comes down to this, the lower finals between Thunderwolf and Infidelity.
Yeah, it's really all on Infidelity to make the changes, right? Because earlier we saw Thunderwolf make this happen. It seemed like it was pretty good for Thunderwolf. It seemed like everything was going his way. Infidelity, I can't really say, unfortunately, what the changes need to be in my personal opinion, because that matchup was at the very beginning of the bracket, right?
Right.
And that was the match that I was unsure about, was the Infidelity match. So I can't exactly remember it, unfortunately. I'm really sorry. But, I mean, we're going to see what Thunderwolf brings to the table here. I mean, excuse me, Infidelity brings to the table here. Because Thunderwolf has been bringing the same thing to the table, and it's been doing pretty well.
One of the biggest takeaways we had in between that matchup between Infidelity and Thunderwolf was the fact that Infidelity was slowly starting to change his pace and started to get a little bit more out of his matchup against Thunderwolf, because right out the gate, Thunderwolf was just taking it to him round after round, what seemed to be a hopeless situation. But as soon as Infidelity caught wind of his rhythm, he was like, all right, I got to change up some of my stances, making sure I take as little risks as possible. But we'll see. I mean, Thunderwolf has also had a lot of games to play against someone like Mindwolf. So this is going to be max potential here. I mean, it has to be at this point. This is the lower finals.
Would you say it's Maxi potential?
Yes, I would. That's exactly what I was going for.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. I set it up for you that way. I'm glad you spiked it down. I've been watching too much Haikyuu, but I'm glad you spiked it down.
Yo, okay, all right, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
But yeah, so, there it is again. The block on the low. I feel like everybody's gotten that in some way, shape, or form, at least once. Oh, back turn B. You know, we talk about Keelik's back turn K quite a bit, but I guess I didn't give Maxi's back turn B enough justice, honestly.
Maybe that's going to be the move that's going to be helping out, but so far it's going to be all Thunderwolf in the first round.
Battle 2. Fight.
It's just so hard to deal with Raphael when you're not already doing something as Maxi, right? Like, when he's starting to do something, there's a few more chances like that. Yeah, you can start catching Raphael stepping. You can catch him pressing buttons with normal guard or Heaven's guard. But the problem is when you haven't already transitioned into a stance. Nice block though, and beautiful interruption.
Oh, still Thunderwolf all on it. Maxi back against the wall. Okay.
Might be a little late, yeah.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate. Again, he got himself out of that sticky situation, was not ready for the whip punish. He tried to go for the critical edge, but again, just not in time.
Oh, there's the duck right there. Yes, so that's one of the big things that we're looking for versus Raph. You don't want to allow him to continue that type of pressure because those moves are highs.
Yeah, ducking down below. He got himself a wall rising B that time, but still, here comes Thunderwolf. I almost said Thundercat. Here comes Thunderwolf.
Here comes Thundercat. That's gonna be the sixth person in our Wolf Invitational, except for the cat is like the imposter.
Yeah. I swear I was unelectrical. But either way, ooh, wait, 3 rounds straight.
Losing 3 rounds, that's pretty sus.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to vote him off on this one, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, Thunderwolf is just like I feel like not playing anything super differently. You know, giving that Raphael game plan and just sticking to it.
And you see, you're starting to see Infidelity slowly put the pieces together, right? In terms of defense, starting to duck a little bit of that forward movement, forward B, right? So it's going to be like, what else would Infidelity need to do is the question, right? I've been asking Ibonically that literally the entire day, but it's really up to the player, right? Infidelity, again, just slowly putting the pieces together. Keep that in mind. He's slowly starting to get into the rhythm of how Thunderwolf wants to play. So it's only been the first game. There's plenty more adaptation to come.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, we could answer the question, right? We could come up with our own assessment of what needs to be changed, and then it could change the next match because maybe, you know, the opponent just adapts to it after that. It's not 100%. So simple, unfortunately, as changing one thing up.
Yeah.
The game is ever evolving. The players are ever evolving. That's one of the reasons why it's so difficult at this point in a bracket.
Let's do this.
I mean, you never know. It could be as easy as, you know, like, crouching down and blocking low. No, I'm totally kidding. All jokes aside, we've talked about that. They've talked about that in numerous monthly finals. But all jokes aside, again, it's going to be very difficult to adapt to a player like Thunderwolf, who's been changing it nonstop.
Oh, we'll see how it goes. Oh, okay. So I think Thunderwolf has started to incorporate the mid into the 6B game plan, but unfortunately, apparently Infidelity was already ready for it.
I can't believe that reached, by the way.
It's fair.
Low.
Oh, gonna get full conversion off this.
Honestly, Nunchucks have no business reaching that far. And Thunderwolf is making sure he punishes him for it.
He changed the combo up to specifically hit the wall right there. Unfortunately, it didn't end up paying off fully as Infidelity's gonna get the sidestep on the RE cancel. I can only assume that that was an input error on the side of Thunderwolf.
Man, he reaches all the way back there.
Yo, big swords, big nunchucks, big lows. Okay, trying to go for the mid on that one, but the Abare, the Heaven's Guard is just not going to work out, and this could very well be dead. No! Unfortunately, dropping the combo there just a little bit too late on the launcher. He is, however, going to get the hit there and, you know, make up for it.
Battle 3. Fight.
I'm telling you, man, there's so much consistency in Thunderwolf's play in terms of the offense, but also in how much he's adapted against Infidelity, or reformed Infidelity, right? Coming in from the lower bracket.
Oh, he's reformed, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's different. Look at how much closer he is, right?
That's true, very true. Soul Charge coming out. Trying to push him away. Oh, that's big damage right there. It's not going to kill, but I mean, yeah, I was going to say, he's got one more chance at a mix-up. And I do like the back up, right? He's like, I got the life lead. He's in Soul Charge. I just need to wait for him to whip something or do a stance.
Jeez, and the amount of damage. The damage output on this character is ridiculous.
This is just kind of Soulcalibur 6 at this point. I feel like
that's true.
We've
that's
reached the point where we understand the what gives characters damage. Okay. Well, he's able to block the mid on that one. There's the step. Wants to get the punish here. Oh, got the mix up.
No.
One more mix up opportunity coming right at you now. Oh, he blocks it though. Look at the low, and then the 2K to finish it off. We are 2 apiece in rounds. Almost 2 bar for Infidelity, but 2 bars right here for Thunderwolf.
Yeah, I was actually thinking maybe Thunderwolf would have waited for that opportunity to use like maybe Soul Charge, but he didn't need it at all. Instead, he's going to save it for this round, initiate it early, and get himself started, pay a good amount of damage as well.
Yeah, it's always a wonderful time when you can win a round without actually having to use the meter. It makes the comeback a lot easier. You run under the same amount of meter, but if your Soul Charge doesn't prove to be strong enough, big damage, and there's the mix-up, but he blocks it. Soul Charge comes out. He's got one shot, one opportunity, and the spaghetti's on the floor.
Oh, to seize everything he ever wanted in one moment, but it's still going towards Thunderwolf, 2-0.
I think that's the first time Thunderwolf went to that low raw. He didn't do the string version of the low. He just went to it by itself. Mm-hmm. So maybe that could be why Infidelity wasn't ready for it, or he was going for the low is too obvious at this point. You know what I mean? It's just hard when you have that little health. The entire move list just becomes a mix-up.
It's one of those moments where your life is just too low, you can't capture it and you let it slip instead, and that's just the exact thing he needed for Thunderwolf. It's just that situation where there's just not enough life for you to really defend against all the mix-ups, and sometimes you got to take a guess.
Yeah, I mean, when you get to that point, your knees start going weak, your arms are just too heavy to execute, and it's just too much.
At this point, there's no reason to be nervous, I feel like. Again, he's been doing very, very well for himself up until this point. Again, he's earned the spot in the losers finals. So, again, we'll see how much more Infidelity has in him.
Gotta get that vomit off his sweater already, as he's gonna start out with a lot more damage. Dodging the prep stance mix-up here. I mean, this is the volatile stage. This is the chance where somebody could just lose for nothing. Like, maybe this, possibly? Let's see it.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Oh, he's still in. He's okay. He's okay. Oh, is he still in now? Okay.
Nah. Flailing around like spaghetti.
Nah.
I don't want to do that to him, man.
I mean, hey, it's only the first round of this game. Like, he's absolutely got time. But, oh my god! What a great duck and knew exactly the punch. Coup de grace.
He's seen Way of the Dragon numerous times. He knew exactly how to counter it.
Oh, big lead. Big damage. Trying to push him as close to the ledge as possible rather than going for the kicks. Block on the low. He's going to get a punish on that. Catching the step. Yep. Oh. That's so much damage to catch somebody stepping. Like, oh my god. Bonking him on the head. Just like, no. No.
That's not even. That's just not nice. It's not nice. Looking at match point already is Thunderwolf off to a fantastic start again, getting the counter hit and pushing more towards the edge. This could be more than enough the soul charge to save and reposition. No, he's catching him moving forward. Oh,
great block on the low. Oh my god, he actually got it with the mix-up. Hardly any people use that move on Maxi right now, unless it's like in a combo, right? But there's the duck. Gonna punish off this fully. Soul attack, and we got one mix-up here. Oh no, he was expecting soul charge.
He got it, but just a little bit delayed. And this is gonna be a pretty huge deal for Infidelity.
Heaven's Guard coming in the clutch, guarding the heavens, the pearly gates.
This is no play for mere mortals.
That's definitely how Raphael would talk.
Oh,
I'm so launch right there. Oh, goes for the low mix up. You know, we haven't seen that a ton from Thunderwolf so far. Oh, unblockable.
Oh,
yeah, buddy.
Yo, hit him with it again. Hit him with it again. You won't. Jeez.
That was a super good 4B plus K. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in the final round there. He's going to have 2 bars to work with, though. So, I mean, Thunderwolf has got all the options available.
Yeah, you talk about the options having those 2 bars, but at the same time, again, Infidelity needs to get rid of all those options as soon as possible because, again, tournament life is on the line for him.
It's one of the reasons why you see the early soul charge. You got to back off right now. He's too close to the ledge. He can't deal with this. The Ari's going to come out, but unfortunately, that is a break attack, and that's going to finish it off. Thunderwolf doing big, jumping off at the end, and taking that losers finals.
And either way, that was the run back in between them, based off of what we saw earlier in the quarterfinals between Infidelity and Thunderwolf. Again, Thunderwolf repeating the same results, but I'd have to say I got to give a lot of credit to Infidelity for making it at least, significantly closer than his run back. I love seeing the kind of like adaptations being made, but it still proves that this Wolf is no match, or excuse me, it's too much of a match, I would say.
Yeah, this is one of the stronger wolves we got this month. You know, obviously, we don't have every wolf here. We have the Mind Wolf, we have the Thunder Wolf, but no Cry Wolf coming, no Soulless Wolf, right? But, hey, I mean, now we get to, once again, see who could possibly be the alpha of the pack here.
And it's going to be kind of tough. As we mentioned before, the grand finals, we have Mind Wolf sitting on the winner's side of this bout, right? It's going to be one of those situations where Thunderwolf is going to be put through this gauntlet of having to win 2 whole sets.
Yeah, 2 whole sets is a hard draw when you got 3-0'd by your opponent last game, or the last time you fought them, right? It's but you got to keep your morale up, got to keep them spirits up, and you got to, take that momentum from your 3-0 here in the losers finals all the way. That is kind of the big point, is Thunderwolf is warm, ready to go. Mind Wolf has just kind of been sitting here, either watching, seeing what Thunderwolf has been able to bring to the table, or Mind Wolf has been in the lab, getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so we did get the cue. Yeah, I believe we are just going straight into it, and I totally appreciate that. Again, these guys are getting ready to go at each other's throats. That's just the nature of the beast, really. Thunderwolf versus Mindwolf. This is going to be the grand finals. And again, I'm curious to see how Mindwolf, or at least how Thunderwolf, excuse me, how he's going to kind of like redesign this game plan against Mindwolf's Keelik.
I think he's going to have to look as hard as possible when hitting Keelik to make sure that he's not back turned before he presses the button. Honestly, that's going to be the start. I know it's not easy. But it did get Mindwolf a lot of damage and get him out of some very sticky situations versus Thunderwolf that time. So it's I feel like that's at least the beginning of what Thunderwolf needs to adjust. And I cannot say that is an easy thing to do, because some moves turn the opponent around and then you hit them out of it and they're in back turn when you expected them to be, do a full 180 rather than a 360 rather than a 180, right? So you're like, oh wait, why is he in back turn now? I guess I interrupted a 360 attack. So,
and I don't know if you actually get to see the banter between the two wolves over in the lobby chat. That's pretty godlike. I like that a lot.
There was one error that Thunderwolf made, though, is Thunderwolf challenged Mindwolf specifically for the title of #1 Wolf. The problem is Crywolf is not here, and he currently has the title of #1 Wolf. So
that's true.
Maybe those two can duke it out. At some other point, maybe there could be some luminosity or luminary or anything like that to decide. One of them being able to do that.
I think you have a good idea on your hands there. You might have to throw this exhibition down for the Wolfpack.
I'm telling you, we need that Wolf Invitational. It's just gotta happen.
All right, and here we go. The grand finals for the North American scene here for the PS4 Open Series.
This is all eyes on Thunderwolf right now to figure out what they're gonna do to stop Mindwolf's big momentum that they're coming in from the previous set. But okay, that was a great GI, got full damage off that. Okay, there it is, that's done. Knowing that, hey, you've done your mid already, you have to go to the high option afterwards.
Just about even in life, but the momentum still. Oh, well, by the standstill, big stun opportunity, big counter hit, I should say.
Oh no. Oh, he picked wrong! Oh,
he tried to reach. He tried to give him with the you're open, but that's.
Unfortunately, that's reserved for Sangmina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tried to Monument, but unfortunately the 6B. Yeah, again, the high. Maybe Monument, maybe I'm just completely wrong about the Monument pick versus Raphael, because he's going to more highs than he has gone to the mid so far in the neutral. And because of that, Monument is ineffectual. Soul charge damage, however, definitely never ineffectual.
Oh no. One for the heal? Yeah.
Ooh, while rising B, okay.
Quick work from the early soul charge decision coming from Mindwolf, paying off dividends. Gotta get that monthly check.
Hey, yeah, I mean, winner of this gets $100 more than the other person. So.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, and he gets the side switch too, or at least closer to the edge. Well, I say that, but didn't come to fruition.
Yeah, we'll see what fights back. The RE comes out, okay. Just because, the kick option's gonna move to A, and then gets the lethal hit because he did soul charge last round. The lethal hit condition for that move is simply just to be able to soul charge in the previous round. That's it. Oh. Caught him off guard.
Already off to a fantastic start is Thunderwolf. 1 round up here in the first game.
Wow, jumped over the low with that and even got a punish due to the whip recovery. I don't think it was like intentionally specific for the low, but hey, it ended up working out, right?
Oh, without a doubt. Soul charge firing right back just as early. Coming from the side of Thunderwolf. And this is going to be pretty huge, right? Already, Keelik is losing more life on top of the hits, as well as being in the state.
Oh, but then the jumping B gonna catch right there. Thunderwolf, first game.
I feel like that was the only instance thus far in that game where the early soul charge did not pay off for Mindwolf. Again, did not get any sort of openings. Thunderwolf was matching him right on the bat with that meter usage and getting his offense going on top of the life just ticking down from Keelik in general. So again, I think that was a pretty good observation there from Thunderwolf. It's like, you know what, if you're going to spend your meter early, I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah, and I mean, because just like you mentioned, Keelik's Soul Charge specifically lowers his health gradually as he's in the state. He has to, cancel it into the heal. Otherwise, he's just taking damage. If he can't do anything while he's gradually taking damage, he's taking more damage than you could do to him because he's doing it all to himself at that point.
Yeah.
And yeah, it becomes like a really bad use of Lar once the opponent recognizes what to do.
Ooh.
I'll step back turn K.
Back turn K, dude. Oh, you're out of there!
Okay, alright, okay, alright.
Big launcher from the side of Mind Wolf. Okay.
Thanks for that low off the monument. Okay, to 4K. Yeah, usually when people... Oh, there it is! Finally, monument! And is that gonna kill... Oh, I'll save him.
But for how long? How long, Plague?
I don't know if it's gonna be very long considering the life levels, but Raphael is a character I have complete faith with, completely mixing the opponent and never letting them allowing them to play. And the Kunai Craw is gonna get R-read, and the R-read of Raphael's own is gonna end up getting beaten.
Unfortunate circumstances, man. Thunderwolf looked like he was about to have it, but again, just a slight mishap there on the side of Thunderwolf. And here comes, the soul attack coming from Keelik. Soul charge firing right back. We're starting to see a trend here.
There's the resistant pack. The RE comes out. He's going to be able to step this. He's got the hit.
Oh, no, look at him. He's bleeding. And look at the damage just dwindling down from Keelik. Uh-oh.
Okay, break attack to get the pressure. Command throw. He actually escaped it. Okay, it was the front that time. A lot of people are usually escaping back because they'll die to the command throw into CE, but that was too obvious in Thunderwolf's mind. So he was like, okay, yeah, you're going to go for forward throw because back is too obvious, right? So I'm going to tech this and got the round for it.
Ooh. Oh, boy.
I always worry if that's going to ring out, but he was off axis, so it was okay.
Big counter hit. More from the mid-range area coming from Mind Wolf. Oh, exchange and ring out!
Oh my god!
Hey, what was that one bullet point you had about Keelik? What was that thing again? I might have forgotten it. What happened?
Okay,
what was it?
Okay, to be fair, in Thunderwolf's defense, he could not have watched out for back turn K there because he was already whipping an attack. There was nothing he could have done in that situation outside of just hopefully being able to block in time.
Okay. All right. You saved
in
him.
Thunderwolf's defense, that specific time he couldn't have done anything about that because he had already whipped the attack.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I rest my case. Please hand out the verdict.
Well, not quite yet. We still got plenty more games to play between these two individuals. Again, Thunderwolf and Mind Wolf. Thunderwolf definitely had the first game, but here we go. Mind Wolf slowly starting to adapt. Now there's no threat of ring out. Yeah, ring out, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. No, you got it. Interruption with the 2A, but gonna get launched on the sidestep right here. Mix up, but nice block right there. Oh. Apparently Monument ain't nothing.
Yeah, it seems that way. That seems to be the tail of the tape here.
It's worked out one time, pretty big. Oh, but there's the mix up off the Ukemi. Yeah, that's guaranteed if the opponent Ukemis can't block it.
So that one strategy we had mentioned earlier to possibly deter Thunderwolf from getting started hasn't really worked out too much, as we've seen Thunderwolf again, knowing that Mind Wolf is capable of doing so, going into Monument, it still has not been effective.
Yeah, it was a theory, and there's much chagrin in my voice when I say I was wrong, but I gotta admit it, right?
I was gonna say I thought it was working out for a little bit, but for the most part, again, Thunderwolf he spotted it and does a great job of adapting, right? So it worked for a bit. Without a doubt.
A bit is not enough, right? We talked about this earlier. If you ain't first, you're last. It's not how it matters. It matters not how you start, but how you finish.
That's true. That's true.
CE to get the extra damage. Is this really more than doing the Rekkas? I wonder.
Oh.
I'm not too sure why he went for the CE there, but at least he got his damage. Unfortunately for him, damage doesn't stop these mix-ups from Raphael.
Oh, big counter hit from the side of Mind Wolf. All right. Yeah, big whiff punish as well.
Oh, well, that was a good block on the high for a second there, but not the low.
Battle 4. Fight.
Here we go. 2 rounds to 1. Big launcher. Actually, big whiff punish.
Yeah, exactly. That RE, I, again, can't help but feel like that's probably an execution error of Thunderwolf trying to go into stance. Oh, back turn K! Again, I would put down a house. I would put down on a house with the credit that back turn K has. Its credit is better than anything I've ever seen.
To be honest with you, I think I'm gonna double down on that as well. Let's put a duplex on it.
Yo, I feel you. Okay, check on the throw. 2A is actually gonna interrupt. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. Mix up. He's up with the wall. That
Is the Keelik in trouble? Yeah, he's in trouble.
Oh.
That actually could have been huge. That last sequence could have been huge for Mindwolf, but still gets caught in the flurry of blows coming from Thunderwolf. What is that, 2-1 now?
2-1, yeah, that is the case. So, it's looking like we might go down to the wire at this point. The winner's final strategy of early Soul Charge is really not helping as much, because even if you take a look at that last round, specifically, he early Soul Charge, he got the back turn K, he got the CE, and then he still lost. So, it's not as strong. I feel like Thunderwolf has been able to keep more composure, you know what I mean, on this whole thing. So even if you get CE, you just gotta take a deep breath, stand back up, and do what you can.
And again, one of the significant changes about that entire game plan was the fact that there were a bunch of walls up too.
Yeah,
that also played like a huge factor in that. Any sort of victory that Mindwolf had was a very emphatic one with the ring outs, right? Which is gonna be a factor this time around now.
Yeah, it was actually a factor in several different parts of their previous set and one part of this set so far. The one game that Mindwolf won was on several different ring outs, right? And then in the previous set, in the winners, the outcome of that set, I think, changed because of a couple of ring outs.
Right.
Ooh, big whip right there, yeah. Oh, coup de grace's gonna whip, but no punish on it.
Oh.
Great block. Jazz gonna come out, gets that lethal hit. Gonna go for the launcher. Yeah, because of the change of this most recent patch, Keelik has to go for that launcher. So when I earlier talked about the double lethal hit combo, that was an error on my part because I totally forgot about the nerf. The nerf to that GI with that GI punish. He has to go for that double lethal hit, even if it scales.
I see.
Yeah.
And I was wondering myself, like after that soul attack there coming from Keelik to get himself started. You know, we'll talk about that later. Don't worry about that. Look at this. take a look at the sword.
Yo, check out the swords and souls eternally told. Okay. Back throw on this one. He's still got a bit of life to make up, and great block, great punish, and then the mix-up right there from Thunderwolf. He is on reset point now. I feel like Mindwolf has no choice but to pull out all the stops.
Oh. Okay. Decent size whip punish for the little side.
Okay. Oh, big whip on the GI. That's huge damage.
Oh boy.
It's okay, Vision. It's not real. It's not real.
It feels real. It feels real in my heart. All right. You can't tell me otherwise.
Luckily for Mindwolf, he did not have to use the bar on taking that round, so that's going to allow him to have more resources in making the comeback. And I mean, he's going to need every possible resource he can take, and I think he's starting to feel the pressure. Attack's going to connect. Great step.
I like him using this early because he just, Thunderwolf just got barred too, so we're probably going to expect a soul charge possibly. If he even gets to it, that's not going to be the case. I think this is still pretty solid for Thunderwolf, right? Getting 2 bars in, 2 rounds apiece, just in case if Mindwolf were to get that soul charge started, he has more than enough to counter, but that might not even be the case. Another wall has been broken down. We've got 1 more wall to go. It might not even matter at this point. There's the soul attack. I was just about to ask.
Soul charge on that one, but no dice. He went for it. I think maybe Thunderwolf had recognized the situation.
Ooh.
The wall rising B, that's going to finish it off with a perfect, and Mindwolf stopping the bracket reset with a statement.
That is very interesting. Perfect. Yeah, opting to go for the heal right there. Does that even count? You count those, right? In here.
In BlazBlue, we call them hood perfects.
That's fair.
But yeah.
I had to ask because I wouldn't even know how to call it. Because you heal life back, it's like, but I hit you. But it says perfect. What do you mean?
It was a perfect, bro. I didn't get hit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nobody else saw it. Nobody else saw you hit me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Potential final game here. If Mindwolf is able to take this, it is back on that stage that he won with so many ring outs at the very beginning of the set when it was 1-1.
It's going to be a very interesting ordeal between these two. Again, this is do or die time for Thunderwolf more than it is for Mindwolf. Again, Mindwolf sitting nice and pretty on the winner's side there.
Yeah. Thunderchild, I mean Spectre, I mean, oh my goodness! Yo, that was, how many seconds was that?
I was listening to the amount of names he had, and then I just lost track. I just saw it happen. I didn't see the timer though. Ooh!
Using that 4B plus K to be able to parry that, super good. Okay, just interrupts. And then, yeah, I mean, he's got the life total. He can just keep pressing buttons at will, right? Yeah, exactly. I've got the life total. The worst you can do to me is do, you know, maybe a third of my life. I'm not too worried about that when I can win. And now back at reset point in a quarter of a second.
And, you know, he's looking to do so again, already back against the wall, trying to reposition himself, finds the opening. Here comes Mindwolf with the soul charge. Is Thunderwolf going to fire right back?
And the question is, how do you fire right back right now? Okay, steps the vertical thanks to the properties of that. Soul charge out.
Soul charge. Ooh! Big counter hit from the side of Thunderwolf. The mix-up's incoming. That's a punish.
That's a lot of damage. Oh, he's not dead though, especially thanks to the soul charge damage nerf. But that's real close.
Pretty close to even though. Slight life lead.
The mix-up. Oh, he wakes up! Is that polarizing B? I'm not sure. He blocks the mix-up, but he's got still one more. The low is not going to do it. The break is back.
Go!
And by the hair on his chin, staying alive.
Oh my god. Okay, Thunderwolf completely unfazed, already off to that start, that offensive start. Back to the wall is Mindwolf fighting his way out of the wall situation.
Back turn K, paying off dividends again. Oh, the monument actually working out right there.
Something we haven't seen a lot compared to what we saw earlier in this set. Starting to bring it back. Soul charge is there. Big counter hit.
Oh man, the
back
low.
To back lows.
Oh, the block. Okay, he's got one more possible mix-up if it goes into CE. A nice block on the launcher. Okay. Oh, but there it is. I think he wanted to block low or step right there. But that is going to put Thunderwolf on reset. Now, we are 0-0 again because Mindwolf is in loser's bracket here, and so is Thunderwolf. So, this is the final set. This is all we're getting here.
Ooh, I'm losing it a little bit. I'm seeing Thunderwolf just come back in that stage. I mean, that was a pretty daunting experience, the way that we've seen Mindwolf take down Thunderwolf in that specific stage and just coming out the gate, just firing on all cylinders. But this is going to be a huge sigh of relief. It has to be a huge sigh of relief for Thunderwolf being able to get this reset as well as the momentum, excuse me.
Yeah, it was definitely looking for like a second there that Mindwolf was making that comeback, trying to stop that reset. And I mean, he did for just a moment, and then he took those 2 rounds at the very beginning of the last game in a quarter of a second. I blinked. I missed the first game. I missed the first round of that game.
We saw what happened. We just didn't know how fast it was.
I really need to check the replay to see how many seconds that was.
I mean, maybe we might get it after the set. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, right now, it's looking pretty even so far. Big sidestep dodge. Oh, I honestly thought he was going to get clipped by the wall from what it looked like. That camera angle made it look super sus, but over the wall he goes.
Okay.
You knew the entire time, huh?
Yeah. Oh, stun right there. Okay, big damage, but not a whole lot. There's the tech on the throw there. Oh. Yeah, he's not out, though.
Not this time. A little bit too far out, but the thing is, he's still got all the advantage in the world.
He was up against the wall. Yeah, he's going to soul charge right here. He's going to take that advantage right back. There's the prep stance, and that's the low option. But how long will he be able to defend versus prep?
Huge!
Oh,
and you saw that, the bait with Monument, right? That's how it all started?
I mean, it looked like a bait. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if he meant to bait it on purpose, but he definitely did.
That's how it came to be.
Oh, look at that jump. Okay, well, he's going to get ground slided now, but that jump for a second was pretty good.
Out of there. Big whiff punish on the launch. Here we go. Soul attack. And that's like so many, again, there was so many instances where he wakes up with buttons. I'm starting to think he doesn't have advantage after that, so.
Ooh, the back turn B! That's gonna punish, yeah, so he was actually whipping in stance at first, and that was the last time we saw where back turn K really helped out Mindwolf, but this time, he had whipped the button a lot earlier and he was able to act a lot faster.
And here we go, Mindwolf a lot more active this round, specifically. Oh, and that tracked him from way beyond the arc.
Vertical on both. Oh, and then Raph is gonna win this one. He's got a bar to use on C, and he's gonna do exactly that. Don't just stand there. Felix, move!
I can't. My legs are betraying me. Just move. Just move.
Just move. Oh, he got the tag? Okay, well, unfortunately, he didn't go for the rest of the Rekkas, so that's, yeah, not gonna be the damage he needs, and we are 2 apiece here in the first game. This is definitely going down to the wire at this point.
But this is going to be very imperative to have these 2 bars on the side of Mindwolf, right? Already getting started into the soul attack. Waking up with the button again, this time countering him a little bit, but not too much damage taken off from Thunderwolf.
Oh, that's a free punish, yep. Oh no, I thought maybe he did it a little too late. I'm almost certain that was a punish.
And again, those 2 bars coming into play for the side of Mindwolf. Ooh.
Oh, that's okay. When it all comes down to it, who will be there for you? Your parents? No.
Back turn K will, though.
No. Back turn K.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. He's definitely one of those homies you can collect, call, leave that short, brief message, and it'll be like, I got it, I'll be on the way.
That was the first game in the set, right? Of the reset, excuse me. So that means Mindwolf changes the tide of battle a little bit. It had been kind of Thunderwolf running away with it outside of that one stop sign that he put up when he took those 3 quick rounds. So we're just gonna have to see it again.
And one of the questions that was lingering on my mind, there were certain sequences where Mindwolf would go into Soul Attack, and immediately after, Thunderwolf would wake up with a button. This was the first time that I've actually seen Mindwolf actually counter that approach from Thunderwolf being hit after that sequence. It was like towards like what, I think round 3.
Well, I wonder if that's just, you know, I finally recognized. Oh, and there's that monument play. I'm really interested to know why Mindwolf doesn't go for the B6 ender, that one right there, after the monument combo. I guess we'll see, but maybe there's a reason.
Ooh.
Great duck.
Big duck.
Oh! Goodness, he's mixing this man.
Oh, he's definitely put him in the mental schmicks. He's definitely putting him in the schmicks.
I don't know what brand of blender that one is, but oh my goodness! Okay, monument's starting to happen. Okay, maybe my theory was not wrong.
It's not. He was saving it for nationals, is what it was. It's the classic.
Oh, of course. Wall raising K is not going to do it though. Oh, great step, yeah.
Step and a whiff punish coming from the side of Thunderwolf, tying it all up here. At least in the rounds.
Yeah, I think it's because Mindwolf had been going to so many wall rising Bs that he was like, okay, you're gonna vertical, so my steps are gonna get a lot of mileage here. But okay, so he's close to the ledge now. That's a regular guard impact, so it wouldn't catch the soul charge.
Oh, dangerous situation! That could have been huge. That could have been a ring out.
Well, as long as it wasn't, he's okay because this
oh
one will
no!
And thanks to the fact that he soul charged the last round, he got the lethal hit. If he had not soul charged the last round, he would not have had that lethal hit for the ring out. Knockdown.
And hot.
Great wake up button. The Abari is so important, but oh my goodness, caught him trying to press his fastest button, but not fast enough for his Felix.
That's probably the most Unga Bunga I've seen today. Just that sequence.
He does turn into quite the gorilla when he soul charges, doesn't he?
I see. I see. Ooh.
Okay, pull vault. He got the launcher. Is that death? Oh my goodness. 2-0 for Mindwolf now.
And you were thinking about like the kind of momentum going into it. Thunderwolf, you thought he had the upper hand, but Mindwolf, excuse me, making quite the adjustments and also still getting that ring out specialty. You like to see that. I love it. So kind of curious now what Thunderwolf has waiting on the back burner to kind of expose Mindwolf with.
Whatever it is, it's going to have to be massive because he's got a 3-0 comeback to surmount right now, which, I mean, you know, you can get a game, you can get two, but 3 in a row is very difficult, especially when we continuously get these stages that have been just working out for Mindwolf so heavily. We've been getting stages with the possible ring outs, and Mindwolf, no matter the situation, he somehow makes that ring out work.
I thought, you know, that second to last sequence earlier, when we saw that kind of a stance into the low from Raphael, I thought that was going to be an opportunity for Thunderwolf to ring out Mindwolf right before he got rung out himself.
Yeah, too many wolves, man. Too many wolves.
I think we got to keep it to like Thunder in mind going forward, but it's a little too late for that, I feel like.
Well, you know, the wolf is spelled different on both of them, so I think, you know, it's okay. Oh yeah, try to get the mix up rather than the damaging knockdown. Is this out?
100%.
It is.
100%. Mindwolf already off to a great start, on top of being up 2 games. But speaking of great starts, here comes Thunderwolf. Ooh.
Right there. I guess maybe he was expecting for him to GI back to get his offensive pressure back, but that was not Thunderwolf's game plan. Thunderwolf's game plan right there, however, and catch that GI. Took about over half of his life on that one. No full conversion, but still gets the mid. Okay, perfect on the answer back.
And I do like that patience there from Thunderwolf, making sure he's not overstepping his boundaries, or at least like overcommitting to maintaining that offense, and instead being very patient, having that life lead, especially with Kilik in the corner, or at least Kilik to the wall.
Yeah, wall is such a scary position for anybody to be in unless, you know, for some reason you have that reverse ability. But, okay. The 4A. Oh, the monument after trying to press? Yeah, I mean, 4A is not exactly super plus or anything. So, oh, big launch. CE coming out.
All from that sidestep. You know, it's looking like you were right on the money after all.
What was that? What did I say? What did I do?
Talking about the monument play.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always knew. Yeah, I'm the best.
Hey man, take it.
Oh, the shadow of me! Oh my, I'm sorry. I was
ready. Ooh. Oh god.
Yeah, it can't hurt you. It's not real. I promise.
You say that, but it's effective every single time.
It's 0s and 1s, vicious. Binary code. Oh man, that BB string. Okay, all right. So, is that tournament point right now? Possibly.
It's looking like tournament point. Big launcher already up to the start, pushing him more towards the edge. It's gonna be pretty huge. Yeah, soul charge now, spending at least one of the bars. Repositioning.
Yeah,
big duck on that big counter hit. This might be more than enough, right? Again.
Oh,
yep.
There it is. Mindwolf is taking the tournament off that. What a great step into the launcher. He had done that so many different times. Excellent play from Mindwolf. I think he took full advantage of the vertical step change, or excuse me, the vertical attack change, because he was able to make it happen almost every time that Thunderwolf was on that vertical.
Oh, yeah. You see it alone in that replay right off the bat, right? I mean, immediately getting that whiff punish, just sidestepping out of the way, getting the launcher, and forcing the soul charge coming from Thunderwolf, but one mishap. That was all it was. Actually, he had another chance, and then gets the whiff punish at that. You know, full-on perfect. And that was a real perfect. There was no healing involved. There was no, like, nothing of that. That was straight up perfect from Mindwolf. An impressive play off the reset, but big ups to Thunderwolf again, bringing it down very, very close in that initial set, 3-2, but just falling just a little short to the alpha of the pack.
Yeah, well, the current alpha of the pack for this month had normally fallen just a little short a couple of different times here in the monthly finals, right? So this is finally one of those situations where the Cinderella story came to fruition, right? Like Mindwolf did it this time, finally, you know? And we have crowned a new champion for the monthly finals.
It was still going to be one of the wolves, though.
And no matter what, it's a wolf. And let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule for the upcoming shows, because that is going to be it for the North American monthly finals for Soulcalibur. But you guys stick around for the rest of it. You guys can check these days out. So 27th is MK11 monthly finals, then BB Tag, FIFA 21, Under Night in Birth, Una Claire, and then back to Soulcalibur on the 4th of January. And you guys can check those time zones at the top right there, EU and NA, 9 a.m. PST and 2 p.m. For the GMT on the EU side.
Mm-hmm. And again, you can catch it on a multitude of platforms, including YouTube and Twitch. But for the most part, you can enjoy it from the comfort of your own home, directly off of your PS4. So again, big ups to everybody that's played in all of these open qualifiers up until the monthly finals, everybody that's been tuning in and for showing all the love and support for your favorite players. And again, I gotta say, honestly, personally, I want to thank you guys for even having me on this show. This is a true testament to show like how fun and easy it is to watch a game like this, as exciting as it is. And there's so much talent in every single region. It's been quite an enlightening experience. I gotta thank everybody involved for even bringing it together.
Yeah, I was actually about to thank you for jumping in here and doing such an excellent job on commentary for a game that, you know, you're only just now starting as of very recent, right? Mm-hmm. You know, it's one of those things where I feel like we're probably going to see you again and at something Soulcalibur related, you know, so hey, big ups to you, Vicious. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to everyone who watched. But unfortunately, that's going to be the end of Soulcalibur today. So we got to get going. But as always, it's been a blast, guys. And we will see you at the next monthly final.
PlayStation